Shark.
Shark.
And then don't forget to go over install, please.
Well, you want to start there?
Yeah.
Huh? Want to start from the beginning? I'm trying to download all these quarterback drills right now, Nate. So these guys, we can watch them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. All right. Okay. So this is just how I'm going to do it. All right. Run. Play action. Quicks. Screen. Pass. Miscellaneous. I think that's everything. Okay. So what's your volume of your offense? So it's a little bit different for everybody. All right, I'll just kind of tell you where we're at. All right. So we want to be zone read. We want to be able to run draw. We want to be able to run the slip. Okay, which is divide zone. All right, we want to be able to run a stretch, probably EDR, stretch. Okay, probably two types of stretch. Okay, what else we got? We want to be able to run some sort of a gap, kind of a G scheme. All right. Let's just stay there. Okay, and there's other ones like you want to run a load or whatever, but you know that's personal. I mean, you may want to have power in your offense. Okay, so but I don't want this to be more than about 6-7 plays right here. All right, I mean that's like max to me. And some of these are just very low maintenance plays. Okay. All right, so now play action. So you're talking about here, you know, Zorro, Detroit. Okay, slip, boss, shark, giant. Okay, now words are words, and I think that's very personal. Okay, I mean I think it's how you want to put it, how it hits your brain is going to be totally different than how it hits mine. Okay, so like to me, like, and just actually started when I was at Panther Creek High School, and I started putting in the concepts. It was like all my snag game, any kind of snag concept was a gas station. Okay, Chevron, Exxon, Texaco, any kind of drop back pass for cars, Honda, Caddy, Dodge. All right, and that was no reason. That's just the way it was. All right, slip was slip. Didn't need a word slip. That works for me. Okay, stretch was boss. That meant back on the safety or back on the strong safety. Just a boss play. All right, if you want to call it rhino, you call it rhino. Give it animal names, whatever. Give it NFL names. You know, it doesn't matter. But it kind of in my brain kind of groups stuff together. Okay. Then from there, all right, which one of these can I play action off of? Well, I can play action off of zone read, which is our base play. So that's act. All right. So zone read and act should be the same. Okay. Really, you could play action off a draw if you wanted to. You know. Instead of 9-10, call 8-10, all right? And it's really just ram and line protection. But then I had to deal with, well, it really didn't really, well, I'd do it in 3x1, so it'd be Ron and Lou protection, which is my 3x1 protection. But I'm always setting my back to the left. All right, so that means he'd block the will. That means these guys would. So it didn't look like the play, so I said, screw it, all right? I don't need any more plays, okay? Stretch, all right? You want a stretch play action? Yeah, let's have a stretch play action. So we called that hustle. All right. Didn't have a play action off a G. You know, we want to move the pocket. All right. So we had cowboy. All right, and playboy. Okay. So there was basically our 4 play actions. Okay. If you want to go rodeo and lasso and go full sprint, whatever. Okay. Okay. Our quicks. Okay. So our quicks was our 90s game. All right. Well, our protection in quicks, all right, is Rio and Lobo slip. It's Rio and Lobo. All right. All right. So 90s really wasn't protection. 90s was our quick game. We were always still have to say Rio and Lobo. So it basically came down to we're signaling anyway, but we'd have 90, which is our hitch seam. We had 92, which is our slant bubble. Or, off the key look. 93, which was our man beater. When we talk about man beater, when I say man beater, I'm talking about this route right here. Okay, to me I always call that man beater route. If it was 3x1, it'd be 2 verticals and it's just a man beater out there. Okay, so man beater. 94, okay, was double slant. 95 was stick. Okay, and 99 was a combination of double slant, man beater. Okay, so there was our quick game. All right, screens. All right, let me see. I'm going to have rocket laser. I'm going to have Rose Linda, which we can talk about. We can talk about any of this stuff. I'm going to have Rex and Lex. Okay, there's my 3 screens. Okay, my pass concepts. Now there's 12 of these. All right, so it was our snag game, Chevron, Exxon. Texaco was more of a specialty. All right, I had Caddy, which is White Cross, Honda, which is curl flat game, Dodge, which is drive. Okay, actually I'm trying to remember all these now. Daytona, which is 4 verts. There you go. I had F-Shack, okay, which is shallow cross. All right. Had Chicago. All right. And don't ask me. I don't know. It's just usually the kids are making up all this shit. Okay. What else we got? We got China. Okay. We got Mercedes, which is the mesh. I know you guys can't read this. I'm going to put it up on the board. Anyway, I'm just kind of giving you the idea. Then miscellaneous, okay? Rambo, limbo, reverse. Rocket, laser pass. Maybe a POW or whatever, all right? Okay? So anyway, so there's the whole offense. There's all your plays. Now, all right, let's install them. Okay? So let's say, all right, we're going to go Zorro, we're going to run the draw, and we're going to run the slip. Okay? Install 2. All right? What do we need to get in now? All right? Let's get the stretch in. Okay? Let's run the boss. Okay? And let's run the stretch. Let's try to keep this so there's carryover to the kids. Stretch, shark. Okay, I'm going to put my little stutter play or jab play in. Okay? Stutter. Okay, which is like trap. You know, pull the guard like New England Patriots. Okay? I think we're going to call that Tampa. Okay? What do I got left over here? All right? I'm going to put some sort of a jet sweep in. Okay? I'm going to put load in. All right, maybe that's it. All right? Now, as you install, so you kind of give yourself a start point. And this could be moved any way you want. All right? I mean, I'm just giving you an idea. This is moved, but I've installed my run game over 3 days. Okay? Now, what play actions fit to this? Well, only one I got is act here in real Lobo slip. Okay, that's a play action. How about here? Hustle. Okay? Oh, wait. We got cowboy. I'm going to put cowboy in over here. Okay? I'm going to run Playboy or my naked off the stretch look. Okay? What have I got over here? Any kind of play actions? Not yet. Well, if I figure something out, I can put it in over there. Okay, my quicks. Okay, well, I'm going to put draw in, so I need to put in 90, 95. Okay, here I'm going to put in, 92, 93, or 9. I'm probably going to put in 99. All right, 99 and 92. All right. Over here, I got 90, 92. I'm going to just put in 94. All right. Okay, screen. Rocket, laser, Rose, Sally. All right, Rex, Lex. Passes. Break them up. All right. I want a 3-man snag game. So I'm going to put in Chevron. Okay, I want my verticals to go in early. So Daytona. All right. I want Y cross because it's a big play for us. Caddy. Okay, and I'm going to put F shack, kind of base place for me right there. All right, what do I got left? Well, I got to get Mercedes in. All right, I want to put China in. I want to put Chicago in. All right, notice I got to put Dodge in. Okay, what have I got left over there? Honda? Nah, shit. I'm going to hold on Dodge. I'm going to put Honda in first. Okay, I'm going to put Dodge in over here. Okay. I got Mercedes in. I got China in. Oh, I need to put Exxon in. 2-man snag. Okay. I don't have to look at my list. All right. And then any miscellaneous. Say I want reverse going in here. Rambo, limbo. Okay. Oh shit. I want a now 1. First day I want to teach them a now 1. Okay. Over here I want to teach them now 2. Anyway, you guys are catching the drift, right? All right. Is that I took the whole volume of offense. All right, and kind of game planned, so when I'm putting it in, I've got to have something I can throw on third down, something I can throw on red zone, things that kind of fit on the play action, the whole thing. All right. Now, once I get this done, and I'll tell you, I'll put that up on the board like that in my office. Like it's up in my office now, and I'll sit there and I'll go. I want to put jet in first. I'm going to put stretch. I'll kind of play it around in my head, or I'll come to a clinic and listen to guys talk. All right, I'll move it around and get it how I want it to start it. Okay, so that's the installs. Okay, now this starts third down. This is red zone. This is third down. Okay, so practice 1 is done. Practice 2, practice 3, practice 4. I'm right back to here. Practice 4 now it's red zone. Okay, now this is third down, and now this is red zone. Okay, practice 7, I'm right back to here, so I'm back to third down. I'm back to red zone. I'm back to third down. Okay, boom, back to red zone. So you can see it just keeps going like that all the way through. All right, so that enables me, all right, to rep in the third downs and red zones out of each of my installs what I like in those situations. All right, now as I go back to install 1, that's my call sheet. That's my call list. All right. Well, it's just Zorro. Well, I may have put it in on practice 1 out of just dual, trio with the keys, blue and green tear. All right, and dual F quick. 4 ways I'm going to do it. When I come back the next time, it's still Zorro, but it might be blue or green into the boundary, fast to the field. Trio into the boundary, F, quick to the field. I'll change the presentation when I get back to redoing an install, but I'm not going to add any concepts or anything for the players, okay? So they know what they're doing. In fact, I'll even go like if I'm doing this during 2-a-days, all right, practice at night, install, next morning, install 2, all right? When I come back to install 1 is when I'm going to actually watch the film from that practice. All right, I'm not going to show them on this day, if it's install 2 day, I'm not showing them any install 1 practice tape. All right, because that's the game plan for that day. So that's how I want them to attack it. That this is what we're doing today. All right, this is what we're going to get really good at. All right, so we build. All right, so here, this is what I've done for this spring, right there, okay? Install 1, all right? Inside zone, Colt, zone read, Zorro, draw stick, and split zone, all right? The reason I've added this Colt thing, because it's something I want to look at this spring, all right, is, you guys good? Can I erase all this stuff? Okay. Is the draw stick's been so good to me, all right, is I want to start incorporating more quick game into my runs. All right, so okay, there's draw. Key, stick, draw. Okay, there's a play. All right, well, I'm so much pass over here, all right, and run over here, all right, that I want to do some other things on this. Okay, so now I want to run Colt, all right, Colt, all right, and I want to be able to lock it up and not through that guy and tag it with 95. So to me, the quarterback is the same gig. Okay, trio right, hey, Detroit, 5, 5, 5. All right, I'm playing it off the mic. Okay, here we go, trio right. Hey, Colt odd, 5, 5, 5. I'm playing it off the mic. Okay, so as much carryover as I can get, I'm going to get. All right, my play actions, act comes off of my zone read or Colt. Okay, Rio Lobo slip, divide zone. So I don't want to spend a lot of time when I start to put more guys in the box. All right, I don't want to spend a lot of time on reteaching protection stuff. So the easiest protection I've got, and we like to run the slip out of the kind of the pistol look like that. All right, bam, bang. All right, well hell, we're just going to go Rio. Let him handle the edge. No different than we were in duel and the tailback was handling the edge. Okay, so this is my shots right here. I'm taking shots down the field. Real Lobo slip. My screen's rocket laser. There's my quick game. 90, 95, 94. Probably drop 94. Probably move that back to another day. Okay, Chevron Caddy Daytona F Shack. All right. I got a snag. I got a white caddy, which is a base, really a heavily called play for us. I got to have some sort of vertical because I want to be able to throw verticals. All right, and then shack. All right. Probably just going to start with F Shack. All right. X Shack's going to get picked up next time I come through. All right, out of 3x1, tagging it with Daytona. So I'm just those are the Lego pieces, man. I'm trying to build stuff. Okay, protections are up every day. Okay, you got to teach that the first day. Ron Lou, Ramline, RL, Real Lobo. All right, and now these are the concepts, play action concepts. They're going to fit to my play action cowboy, Real Lobo slip. All right, so there's my game plan. We're playing a game that day in practice. And that's how I want to sell my kids on. All right, we're going to have to beat the defense today. Here's the game plan, guys. We got to be good at it. All right. You guys got to. I mean, if there's anything, ask, please. Okay. All right. So we went through all this. Okay. I sell my guys. I mean, I love this huddle program because I can build all these presentations. all right, on Huddle. I can import slides. I can jump on Visio, or I can jump on any kind of PowerPoint. I can drop in slides. I can drop in plays. You know, I can make this presentation, and then on Huddle, all right. Right now, Devin Fuller over here in Old Tappan, New Jersey, all right, he can get on his computer tonight and he can watch this, all right? He can look at, oh shit, I already know first day of practice. That's what we're going to be in, okay? He can start learning all this stuff, all right? If I want to, you know, take this time when I'm installing the little propaganda or put a guy, you know, like I'm big on finish, and so if I catch guys on film that aren't finishing a play, I'll put it on here and I'll say, now look, is this finish? Is this good enough for you guys? All right, because if it's good enough for you guys, then at least I know, then we're going to be 6-6. Okay, your call, not mine. Is this the way you guys want to, when they turn the tape on, all right, is this what you want people to say about, see you do? You want to be known as that guy, all right? All right, so then there's the, you know, formations, motions, okay, Colt, right? And then you can drop a slide in. Okay, zone read, drop a slide in. Zorro. Okay, nice job right here. Very nice job. Okay, 4 down to the mic. Here's the line. Looks like an under call on the back side. Good job with the under. Brock should be reading number 11 right there. Okay, his eyes are right on it. All right? He's holding out here for the screen, hand thing off. Okay, lightning call. I don't know what the down and distance is here. 1st and 10. Lightning call. Okay. Check it to Zorro even. Okay. Here's the other thing is that these kids, if you signal enough, and this is always, I get this question a bunch about the wristbands and all that. To me, it slows you down. All right? It gets the receivers more involved in what's going on. I mean, you see all these cats. I mean, they're freaking locked on Brock. Look at all of them. All right? They know it's lightning. All right? They're seeing. Right here, all he did, God dang it. Right here, all he did was, give me 1 second. This is a Windows problem I found out, not Huddle. Okay, you can see right here, all right, hey, 912, 912, 912, all right? Right there, he just gave the key 2 signal. See him typing his ribs right there? Okay, key 2, key 2, key 2. He'd have been fine throwing this key out here, you know?
Would you like him backside like that?
Who?
The key.
Yeah, that's where I want him. Yeah.
He's the ball right now.
Yeah, because I want his shoulders a little bit open right there. Okay? Because now he has the ability to go either way. If you bubble him, especially into the boundary, all right, and he's bubbling, you've kind of limited his ability to go get a 2-way go on that thing. Okay? And so the other thing is, like we talked about this morning, is the quarterback. So I'm the outside guy right here. So he's going like this, bam. I'm trying to throw it right there. Well, I want the quarterback to think the ball's in the same place. Bam, right here. All right. So quarterback kind of he knows, man. I've been repping that ball's going right actually to that same area.
your lightning, you saw you ran lightning there. You want to run lightning a certain amount of time a game, like you want to try, take shots, or you just get the feel for the game, like if they're undisciplined, you try to, run like that.
Yeah, well, it serves a bunch of purposes. Okay, it serves a purpose to me of change the snap count. Okay, on the D line, so they're not just. I mean, you just think now, you're going, here you are on a drive, all right? Hey, dual right, boom, you run it. Hey, dual right, Zorro even. Hey, key one, ready. Said, hut. All right, now he comes up, and our guys, they kind of give dummy numbers. Here's lightning to the receivers. He'll tell those guys, don't fucking do nothing, all right? Yeah, and he'll come up, and they always have, him and Brock and the O-line always had something, word, They say, Sun Devils, $9.99, Sun Devils, $9.99. All right, ready. Said, hut. All right, well, that, you're kind of getting a rhythm for that defense of you going, ready, said, hut. And all of a sudden you lightning them. We get our defense, and they see it every day. We get them every time. Every time we get them. Now, I don't know in high school, because you guys, they blow the whistle, right? They jump off sides. All right? But in college, in some states, they don't. All right? Everybody, when they hear lightning, all right, they are just looking at the football, all right? If the football gets snapped, they're blocking real protection, all right? The back always sets weak, and he's looking at the ball. If it's snapped, he's blocking real protection. The two outside guys haul ass. It's a free play. They haul ass. The two inside guys, they stop and run keys, all right? Because we're throwing it, all right? We're going to throw it. So, lightning is a way to help your snap count. Lightning is also a way to, I want to see what they're in. It's 3rd and 3 in the red zone. All right? Say, height. Now, as a coach, you say, oh, shit, I got man. Here we go, F-shack. Okay? You know what I mean? I got cover 3, the corners are way up. Hey, 90. They should throw a hitch and make a first down. Okay? So that's a way for me to do it. Okay? And then it's also, to be honest with you, it also gets called about 4 or 5 times a game because I don't know what the fuck to call. All right? We're going along, and I'm like, sometimes you just get stuck. And you're like, the kids are, the quarterback's doing this to me. Come on, give me a play, And I just go, lightning, And so he'll get up there and hard count them. Chip does a lot at Oregon in the red zone. If you watch him, man, he's always hard counting, so now he knows what play he wants to run. So that's kind of the ways it works. Okay, here's against the 3 down. Okay, to bring it out here, right? So it's an alert. You got to stand back on the line of scrimmage. So we got to push this thing all the way. So this is what people are doing to us. They're playing 4 eyes. All right, they're playing 4 eyes, and they're trying to close the backside end down. All right, and then still have the backer to scrape for the quarterback, because they still have to respect your quarterback running the football. All right, so the tackle just locks on because he knows he's trying to get through to that, bubble backer on the weak side. All right, he locks on, and we got hats for a hat. So this is a push call. Our center right here, all right, whether this is run or pass, okay, because I got to get those guys to play fast too. I don't want to make a lot of calls. That tackle's right here. He's got Zorro even. He says, oh, fuck, there's 2 guys out here, right? So he'll say, alert, alert, alert. Center doesn't even look. He just goes, east, east, east. He just told everybody, man, we're pushing it that side. And we're tracking strong. Okay? East, east, east. He knows we're tracking strong because the tackle told me there's a threat out here on the edge. All right? We're going. Look at, if he'd have seen that Will Backer, all right, if he'd have seen that Will Backer right there, if he still would have read his really true will, and so if Brock pulls this thing and throws it, it's probably going to score a touchdown.
So anytime the center gets an alert call, you're making an east or west call?
The center is, yeah. It'd be the same right there if that was you were in protection. Okay? If you're in protection, he's going to get it east or west. That means we're going to sift it. All right? Or sort it that way. And it's, it's not, and I've never been an O-line coach, but it's all about Dan Radakovich and how many guys can come through a gap and all that kind of stuff. But I see it like this. If there's I got 3 to block 4 is what the alert means. There's a 4th possible guy here. If this guy's not alert, he's out here covering my guys. All right, that's easy, right? Okay. Well, here this guy comes. That's why that tackle's up and he's not with his hand in the ground. He's there and he's going, shit, this guy's capped off, man. He's coming. All right, I think he's coming. All right, alert, alert, alert. All east and west is just like Zorro. All right, it just really tells them that they're protecting these gaps. Because if that cat comes there, that guy better go there. All right, and then this guy's here. Well, where's it? There's no more gaps for them to come through. So right there, to me, it's real protection to those 3 guys. Is all it is. Okay, we call it a sort. All right, because they're just stepping this side and they're just sorting shit out, man. All right, if somebody comes free, all right, say it's fire zone. Well, if it's fire zone, all right, that's still how the defense freaking runs it, right? Okay, that's still how it is. So we're still sorting to all these gaps. Okay, on this backside, you know, it's usually an under. This guy's dropping on fire zone and he's going that way. All right. Well, these guys know that. The line, we've blocked it 8 million times. They know fire zone's coming. They know where guys are coming from. So they're basically still just sorting it. And if anybody comes free, we just want to make sure he's got to run the hoop to get to us. All right. He just got to be able to run the hoop. Well, we may not have a hat for him, but he got to go all the way around all that stuff.
You find people blitz you less because it's
yeah.
No.
I don't see much blitz.
Okay.
And when I do see blitz, what it is it's very limited. I'll know it by the end of the first quarter. We'll know, okay, here's the 2 blitz we're seeing today. And we see the same 2 the whole time, because you want to be in man blitz with me and it's fast or it's tear or it's F quick or it's Z quick, you know, and you're trying to fit all your blitzes to that, and now who's got who, and you know, all of a sudden I got number 32 in the background, he goes in freaking tear motion, and you went to Will Backer to cover him, you know, and now he's out of the box. No, I want to spin the safety down. I mean, if they want to spend all week doing that and have a bunch of blitzes, then I'm going to gas your ass, because they're going to screw some shit up. All right, and I'm going to have guys out there with, you saw the Colorado one. They tried to get the safety in the box and bring, you know, all this, can't do it. Now, they'll get my ass, but, you know, I'm going to get theirs once in a while. Like these guys had a good plan. All right? They had a good plan. They played us man-to-man coverage, all right, and they were not going to let us run the football. And we only rushed for like 60-some, 70 yards against these guys. This running back right here rushed for 1,200 and didn't play in about 3 games. Had a high ankle sprain, all right. But they played man-to-man, so they forced us, all right. They played like this, man coverage, 6 in the box and all that. So we said, all right, screw with it. We came out and threw F-shack, mesh, every other play. We just kept throwing them, all right. Now this is the backup quarterback. It's 41-14. All right, we put the backups in there. But just imagine right now, okay, this is what these guys are doing. They're trying to play man coverage on us, right? Leave 6 in the box. So now the quarterback is doing what? No. What's he doing? Read. Now he knows there is no key. Because the Will's already out there covering the guy, right? So now he knows, hey, I'm in read on the end. Okay? Now look if this is Devin Fuller pulling the football right there. You got a touchdown. Okay? You gotta touch that, because those guys are under into that guy, right? They're under him, so now it's read. I mean, this is what everybody always asks about the 3 down. I love this running game against 3 down. Okay, there you go. Alert. Push. Okay? The only guy that's wrong right there is the right tackle, and he's just a freaking knucklehead. Because my other guy got hurt. He's got to go, right?
Yeah.
He's got to go, man. We're reading that guy. See, it's man coverage. The quarterback's reading that guy he's putting his hands on. Okay? He's got to go to get that guy that played over the top. All right? All right, so let me go. Let's look at the end zone of that one. You guys want one of these now, don't you? Huh? Look at pass forward. Oh, stop. Oh, let's still it. Huh? Xbox, baby. Okay, so for 3 down, because everybody's always, you know, so what did I do on 3 down? Call your same plan. Call your plays. You know, your rules should work. Okay? Alert, or bring it, or push it, or left, west, right? Alert, 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 west, west, west. That tells us we're going here, right? Here, right? Here. That guy's our read guy. Got me? Okay. All right. Let's go, I don't know if we're 3 by 1 or whatever. Okay? If this is say lion protection, okay? Alert, alert, alert. Okay, alert. Hey, west, there, to there, back to there, to anything outside. You got him. Okay. Let's go R protection. All right, R protection. Alert, alert, alert. Same guys. Okay. Free release. He's there. We'll be hot on this guy if he's that far overset. You know, we couldn't more expect him to right here. If he was right there, this guy would be in a sift mode, right? I got blocked the most dangerous. All right? So, you know, the carryover of all the stuff is what I really want. That's the second group. Okay, more 3 down stuff. 3-3 stack. Okay? 3-3 stack. Perfect. Alert. Here they come. All right, our left guard, he was kind of screwed up. All right, here they come now. This tackle's doing it right up top, right? He should have just kept going, though. You see that? He should have just kept going. He'd have ended up on that guy right there that just missed the back. Okay? He should have kept going. Okay, creating duel. Okay, what's the quarterback in right here? What's he thinking? Anyone? Bueller? Why is he thinking read? Why would he be thinking read? Where's the tackle going? Sift. Through. Right? Right? So that tackle, no matter what, is still going to go vertical and hold off that guy. Remember, be patient, get to the wheel. Quarterback the quarterback doesn't see a 3 technique to the backside. That's the only time he has to read the end. Okay? Okay? So the quarterback is thinking, what's he doing? What's he thinking? He sends a motion, he's freaking keying that guy. If that guy doesn't move, then let's throw the football. Okay? that guy doesn't move, then let's throw the football out there to him. He moves out, right? See if the tackle does a nice job, right? He's kind of he's a through block. They're trying to twist all that shit in there.
More than six in the box, it's the under call that tells them to keep it.
Yeah, it's a 3 technique to the backside.
I wouldn't even read it that way, six in the box. I'll read it 3 technique or shade.
That's all I do, yeah.
There's too much thinking if you're thinking 6. How many 7? It just slows you down.
Yeah, this is all the quarterback does. He comes up like this. Whatever he's got, he comes up and we're running Zorro this way. He's either got a key or a comet or something happening, or 95. Something happening over here. He just comes up and he says, he goes, 3 technique, all right? If I pre-snap and want to throw it, I'll throw it, but 3 technique, I'm reading the end. Right here. Now, if he bends, I may come up throwing, okay? He sees there's a bubble on the guard right there. Now he goes, all right, Will backwards, me and you, okay? I'm playing a game, me and you, okay? Under, I'm playing the game, me and you. Yeah, please blitz me.
Coach, we break down your opponent. Like when I was in pro style, we'd only break down other pro style offenses. What do you look at the last 4 games, or you look at
No, I go find like
Oregon?
about 3 games. I'll go find spread offenses that they played.
Right.
All right, and I only do about 3 games.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when we practice it during the week, okay, like you saw in the practice plan, we come out. We always start with a walkthrough. Okay, so the Tuesday walkthrough, we're pretty much walking through. It does 2 things. One is we're kind of showing everybody, okay, guys, we're going to our run game this week is we're trio into the boundary, and we're going to F quick. All right, and we're blue and green in the boundary. We're going to do this. You know, you kind of walk through kind of your top core plays out of your 28. It's usually a 25 play script right there. Okay, but it also does is it teaches our scout team. All right, and our scout team basically what they do is they have a right call and a left call, or they got a 3-down call. Okay, because they don't look at cards. They're lining up just as quick. So all the GA does is he'll go right. I mean, we still script because we'll script the defenses because the O-line guys, you know how they are. To me, I don't really give a shit. Okay, I'm just fucking calling plays. My job's easy. All right, but you know he'll say, hey, I want to see a fire zone on this one or whatever. Okay, so they'll meet as a and I know it's hard in high school. All right, but they'll just say right. That means the 3 techniques on the right, the shades on the left. All right, then they'll turn around the back and say split. Tells them split safeties, all right? Or they'll say right, and they'll go post, all right? And they'll tell them post safety, cover 3, all right? If he wants man, he'll go right, he'll go post, man. And that's about it, all right? Then because we want them to line up, and a lot of times, I mean, the line coach is yelling, you know, no, get them this, you know, and guys are doing this, but as you watch, that's how the game happens to us. You know, guys are moving and trying to get lined up. We'll never just stop to get guys, okay, you got to be in a 2-eye. You got to be in a shade, you know. I mean, that guy might be freaking in the gap and he may be hit, whatever. So I don't really worry about it. And the kids start to see what they're going to block actually in the football game. So anyway, same stuff. It's just a bunch of cut-ups of that. Okay, the draw stick. So this is install 1. So this is the tape that's getting seen in meetings, getting seen the kids on the computer, you know. Now, I've got this new thing, all right, that I'm going to put on here that I even think is going to, in fact, I'll pull it up and show you guys. This is the next thing I'm going to put on these, on the website, all right. Okay, we stopped here with draw stick. I'm just going to minimize this. Okay.
When you were saying just read the one or the three, you're saying that because if the one is there, the will should automatically be in the
your
dog.
rules. You go based by your rules.
And the three, you should be
Shoot.
outside.
Yeah, I had to retrain my staff this year because they're 6 in the box, they're 8 in the box. I don't care, because like Noel says, you have short memory, but when you're on the sidelines, you go over the play. You try to fix the problem. And, that's huge with us because if your staff is worried about, there's 8 in the box, you're going to fix that problem.
If there's 8 in the box, somebody's getting a key throw.
Yeah,
Right, and there's just much more shit to think about. I'm counting the box, and I'm looking at the
Yeah,
shade,
too much.
and I'm looking
Too much.
at
You get on the
I look to
sideline.
the will, demeanor.
Yeah.
All right.
So for a high school guy like myself, with a maximum resource for coaches, so my box class, we look at 20 years, 30 years, one.
No, that's part of the game plan to me, and Bobby can tell you too because he's been experienced it. To me, the line coach is figuring all that shit out. Hey, they always set the 3 technique to the back.
Yeah.
Okay, or they always set the 3 technique into the boundary, no matter where the strength is. So those are the things you want to know in the game plan. Now I know, okay, well, screw, now I'm going to, however I adjust, I'm going to put 3-0 into the boundary. Put the back to the field because the 3 technique's always into the boundary. Things like that. Or, all right, these guys are going to always set the 3 technique to my back. Fuck me, no, fuck you. I'm going to get 20, all right? And I'm going to check the zone to the bubble.
Yeah.
So now instead of me calling blue or green tear, okay, I'm just going to line up in this. Okay, well, which back are you going to set it to? When you get this, all right, most defenses will be set their 3s and their shades field, because which back they're going to set it to, right? Okay, so just say they were. Well, heck, they're setting they're always setting it to number 6 when he's in the game because they know he's our running back. The other guy's more of a slot guy. Okay, so they're always setting it to him. So it always looks like this. Okay, because we're trying to run Zorro and the 3s, and so we'll just come up and he'll go, hey, green, 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 green. He'll just say Zorro, 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 Zorro. All right, I'll just give him, hey, Zorro check. All right, Zorro, Zorro, Zorro. He'll step back and then he'll go even. We're running to the right. He knows now he's the motion guy. Okay, they set the 3 over here. He'd say odd. We're running it that way now. So you can, run it either way you want. So point being, right, Bobby, is that Sunday night? That's what you're breaking down. The little things like that. Okay.
That people want to put the 2-2s, but they're going to declare where they're going to slant to. If they don't, lightning.
Exactly.
Make
Making sure the cards.
Yeah. And because of the tempo of the offense, they're going to show their cards earlier. When the players start doing this, you got them. And the coaches start pounding them on the sideline, you got them.
That's what you want. And the other thing is, is you have, am I right? You got to kind of change your whole thinking a little bit as a coach, all right, during practice, all right? You're coaching the shit out of tempo. I mean, when you're in that 6-play drive of those 25 team plays, okay, maybe I'm a shitty coach. I'm giving up some stuff I could be teaching or learning, all right? But one thing my guys will know is they're going to play fast. And if they're screws up, they're screw ups. And when you know you've arrived is when because like during the game, I have my strength guy, and he charts the drive, okay? So like we start a drive, he'll go 18, 14, 22. How much time's left on the play clock when the ball is actually snapped? Then he'll come to me, he'll add them all up, and he's got a little iPad, and he adds them all up, and he'll say, Coach, you're at 16 seconds. Well, we want to be at 20. He'll go, and all I says, where are we at? He goes, you're at 16. So I walk over to the guy sitting on the bench and say, guy, we're at freaking 16 seconds, man. We got to get going. We got to go faster. Because my guys know when we go fast, we score. I mean, our average scoring drive was 2 minutes and 14 seconds, what it took us. Okay? So they know that. So you know you've arrived is when you're standing there calling plays, and if they ain't coming in fast enough, the quarterback's doing this to you. Come on, Come on, give it to me, give it to me. You're the guy that's going to slow it down, I promise, when you get them going right. Anyway.
So it's in high school. You put this in that high school you went to?
Yeah.
So how did you get them to get moving faster? Like start the kids that aren't used to coming out of the huddle. Now you're trying to get them to go faster in practice. What was your, gear?
The thing you have to do is you got to limit their thinking as much as possible for as long as it takes until you get the tempo you want. So you may say, we're going to throw a quick game and we're going to run Zorro with key 1, all right? And we're going to, I may have 5 plays, but we're not moving on until we can run these 5. I mean, that's probably, you guys just put it in this?
Yeah, we put in this year 6-play drive in your practice. And make it easy. Bang, bang, bang. And once you know it, the tempo's going to be there. Just 6-play drive, waggle the plays in, and go with it.
But also, I think, like, with the lack of stopping between each play, because I like what you talked about at the end, you have the team teach, the team review, whatever you want to call it.
You do that?
To go over all the mistakes that you saw.
Yeah.
Because that's how the hell you got to do it in the game, or you got to do it at halftime. You know what I'm saying? You were playing the game, now they're fucking up. You're like, all right, whatever. I gotta fix this at halftime. But right now, you're still trying to win the game, win the next play the next play.
We try to average about 85 plays for practice. You're going to sacrifice in execution in the beginning, but once the kids catch up, it'll be good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's your problem.
No. Yeah. Well, my problem is me and the head coach. Okay? Because the head coach gets pissed because we just ran Zorro and the backside tackle ran even and it was supposed to be odd, and he wonders why we're not repeating the play. All right? Well, we're not going to repeat that? He screwed it up. I mean, I just keep my head down and keep calling, all right? All right? And the funny thing with Dennis, all right, and I love him to death, is so I give him the script, all right, and we start on our 6-play drives, so he'll always know the first one. Where are you at? Team, first play, team, all right? All right, so he'll go, all right. He's got the first play down. He watches the first play, all right? So now he's down. He's reading the second one. And by the time he picks his head up, we're on play 4. And so he's yelling at me, where are you? On the script. Play 5, coach. Oh, okay. So he actually sees about 2 plays every drive because he's trying to figure out, okay, this is dual right, F quick, boom. We've already moved to the 3 plays down the road, all right? And then the other one is whoever is saying, I don't know how you do it. Like, I like to practice that part of it. So, like, I'm on the sideline. All the players are on the sideline. The only guys I allow out there is obviously the head coach. And I let the O-line guy go out there because his guys usually come back to him behind on the field so that they can all watch and he can kind of do his coaching while he's watching. All right? But we got to get substitutions in. So I got the receiver coach. He's, you're on a 6-play drive, and I just ran Caddy, Daytona, hit Caddy again through F Shack, all right, through a lock, all right. Well, that ex-receiver just ran 6 go routes, all right, and he's coming, so it's going to be just like in the game, all right. You got to have somebody. I don't care who it is. It could be a guy that can't even catch a football, all right. But so the receiver coach, he's practicing, he's watching his guys, and he goes, hey, get flu, bam, all right. Or the guy will be running back doing this, and he'll go, get G-Rob. Boom, G-Rob will come out, catch your breath, get him right back in. So they're practicing that part of the game, all right? And then I stand there, so you got your signal guy, then the guy's getting personnel, and then plus the receiver coach he's getting them into formations because all his receivers know it, all right? Backup quarterback, all right, he's reading the signals. Got one that's giving fake ones, and the backup quarterback, he is verbalizing the play to the rest of the guys on the sideline. So we're trying to keep them involved. All right. Hey, it's trio. Everybody knows trio right. Hey, Zorro even key 1. Zorro even key 1. So everybody over here knows what the play is. All right. And then the only other problem I run is when I start chewing guys out. I have to watch myself from coach. It's freaking 14 yards on the dig, not 10. And the quarterback's over there saying, give me a play. I'm like, fuck you, it's 14 yards. I mean, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So on 6-play drive, so in high school, if you have 6-play drive, is there a second group of 6 plays? Or you just...
Well, in spring I will, but during the season, it'll be like 6 and 3 or 6 and 4. okay? You know, I'll go 6, and then, hey, second group. But they'll run the same exact plays the first group ran. They'll just run, if I scripted 6, second group will do the first 3. Then the first group's back in. Because you got to understand, like Bobby said, is my second receivers are getting reps, all right? My second running backs are getting reps with the first because of the tempo, all right? The only guys that really stay in there for the whole time is your O-line guys and your quarterback. Those other guys they're rolling in and out, all right? And it's pretty cool because your second team guys don't feel like second team guys anymore, you know? I mean, they are like, shit, I could be in there and be playing.
And when you run that consistent team, you just said you had everybody run 20 yards down the field, work on finishing their play. So the next, you have another back that jumps into the next play.
No, get your ass back. Now, when I script it though, this is how the script's going to look. I got one right here. I have to draw it up. Okay, install 1. Okay, there was the walkthrough, like we talked about. Okay, the O-line guy always does the team run shit. I don't know. He just calls what he wants. Okay. So this was spring or something. All right, but you see, is I always script it like we're moving the football. 1st and 10, left hash minus 30. All right, next play, left middle minus 35. We made 5 yards. Second, that should be 5. All right. Hey, we're right middle, 50-50. Because I was here. Even though I'm moving the football, I'm trying to hit these down and distance situations. Okay. So this was a third down day, right? So you see, there's always going to be a third down call in every one of my scripts. Well, these are the plays I like on third down. All right. X on 90, a screen. Okay. Just a plain Zorro with you know what I mean. So that's when. You know, when we talked about, I'm kind of tagging the ones I like on third down I can work on that day, all right? So the ball's move, you know, even though the guy breaks 20, all right, we just, you know, the ball got spotted 15 yards down the field. So, but it's just like in a game, so we're trying to finish and get them back. The guys that are harder is obviously the backs. I really harp more on the receivers than I do the backs because they get tired, you know, with all that finishing. But I want them to go break, make a move and score, all right? And so that's you know, same thing in Skelly. Ball moves in Skelly, all right? Now if you go to, there's the second part of the team. So we started at the minus 20, ended up at the 50. There's all my third downs are all in here. I'm going to have a third down in each one of my roles, all right? So I can work on the things, all right? Because you can see right here, X on, that was obviously a third down play for us. He's getting called 3 or 4 times that day in third down. All right? So the kids get good at it.
So in your game plan is third down. You break it down in your menu, third and 2 to 3, third and 1 to 6.
When I'm yes, third and 2 to 6,
okay.
Third and 1 to 2, all right, third and 3 to 6.
It's hard to get a play. Are you looking at your menu when you're calling the door?
No.
You just know it so well?
Yeah, you got 4 plays.
Oh, so you just, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Now, and this is how my play. I wish I'd have brought one. Okay, I type it up on one sheet of paper like this. All right. So it's game plan versus Oregon, and it's got 28 plays. Were you in there when I was talking about how I build the 28 plays?
Yeah.
All right. I start at 28, then it moves to another board, and I start moving things around, you know, and get it to where this is kind of how I feel I'm going to call the play. All right, 28. Then over here I got like the third down stuff, okay, and all that. So I start right at the top and I fucking work my way down. All right, whoop, called that one. Okay, I call the next one. Called that one. Oh, 3rd and 3. I just put little checks by them. All right. So then when we're off the field, that's when I kind of look at it and say, okay, well, shit. I'll already know before we get on the field. The next time it's 3rd and 2 to 6, I already know what play I'm going to call. I'm not looking for it. I know, okay, I'm going to this one.
Right.
Okay. Okay, you know, my first one don't matter because I don't know how they're going to play me. This is my best play in that situation. But now I all of a sudden figure out, shit, they're straight man. Well, I'm going F-shack, right? That's going to be my next third down play. The guys upstairs, all I want for them to do is they do a drive chart for me, okay? So what's best is, and the one O-line guy, he does all that other bullshit. They're twisting this and doing all that stuff. I don't even pay attention to him, all right? I let the O-line guy talk to him. He just gives me a drive chart on a sheet of paper, and he'll just have number 1 drive, all right? We called Trio, maybe it was FIB. We called Trio F Quick, Zorro, all right? Comet, okay? +8. Hey, then we went blue-green. We went blue-green free and through rocket or whatever. Hey, +20, you know, and he'll give me that, all right? All I'm looking for, what's the good fucking place to work in?
You don't even care about down, he's not giving you down the distance.
He's just giving me the drive, okay? He's giving me the drive right there. Now, he'll mark the one as the third down call for me. The other, first and second down are the same to me. Yeah. So he'll give me a drive chart, and then so there's one guy doing that, the O-line guy, whatever does it, and the guy I'm on the phone, okay, he's really watching, like, he's really going, no, throw the lock, all right? So you gotta understand, on a phone, if you say something, it's fucking getting called, all right? I mean, if you say throw the lock, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm throwing the lock. If that shit don't work, then I can blame your ass, because I'm tired of being blamed for shitty calls. All right? And so it doesn't work, and I go, fuck, Bruiser, you said throw the lock, you know? Well, it was there before, you know? Yeah. You know, it was there before, all right? Now you know how I feel every call that doesn't work, right? Shit didn't work. But he's just looking for the problems and how we fix them, all right? The problems is we're throwing a key and shit, those guys are knocking the shit out of us, or when we're going F quick, he goes, no, every time we're going F quick, they're rolling the strong safety down and going post safety. Well, let's go F quick and throw frickin' 2 verticals. You know, he's looking for that type of stuff. How to fix the problems that we're having.
So nobody up there is giving you coverages or
no, I usually just ask that between.
Right.
Okay? I'm like, okay, give me what you got. Hey, no, in dual, you're getting all quarter, half. You're getting a ton of quarter, half. Okay, I know where I want to go. All right. Hey, in 3x1s, man, you're getting. I mean, they're bringing the fire zone, a bunch. I mean, you're getting post safety stuff. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not very smart, so I don't want to clutter I don't want to be cluttered. You know. I want it to be, man. This is what we're running. This is what we're doing. And if you do this, I want to do that.
So this is clearly a third down practice day?
Yeah.
So what would you do for red zone? Do you do a whole nother section with it during team, or
No.
you just throw it in?
Okay, so here's red zone. This isn't red zone. Let me find a red zone one. Anyway, these aren't the red zone. I don't know why this is like this, but what I do is, before the season starts, is I think I copied the same thing and just changed. That's what I did, and just changed the. Here, let me find one out here. Looking for this. Let's see. Let's see what Oregon's got. Okay, that's the third down day. Okay, you can see the third down, right? Third down. Okay. Here's a red zone. Okay. So you can see how it's scripted now. 35, 30, 25, 18, 12, 8, 6, 3. Okay? Now, what I usually do is this part I hardly ever change from week to week. All I do is just fill in that. I mean, it's the same. You know, I might go and change hashes or something, but it's still I still want a high red zone, a couple high red zones, I want a couple medium red zones, I want a couple low red zones. Okay? So that's Team versus Scouts red zone. This day we did 8 and 6. Okay? So I try to build it up, so like you may start with only of 4 plays. Second group, 3 plays or 6 plays. Then as the week goes on, I want to go to, hey, we're going 8 plays. All right, it's an 8-play drive. Okay, it's just whatever you want to hit your brain. All right, but yeah, that just changes. Let me see what.
Coach, you practice Kelly at the same tempo as your team rolls?
Yep. And actually, our defensive guy loves it because everybody's starting to do this. Okay, so there's Skelly. All right. And I think, I don't know what we did, I mean, everything's fluid. Here maybe we felt like I said, shit, we needed more third down against these guys, but you can see there's the red zone Skelly. 25-20, 12-6-3. All right? And now this is no huddle, we're going. All right? Nothing, we don't ever change. All right, our defensive guys got to line up and cover us. And they like it because they got to play Oregon, they got to play Washington State, they got to play, Arizona. They're all the same tempo teams,
Coach, as the season goes on, you guys practice padding? You cut down practice time or rest? Or
practice time.
Practice time.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll cut down a little bit of reps. Usually as the season goes on, because our kids, like all kids, they'll start to wear down a little bit. So, like Coach Harrison will come in or whoever, and he'll say, "Hey, we're cutting 15 minutes off of practice." Okay. Usually, it doesn't bother me on offense at all because we got 32 plays in team for an offense. All right. Well, I tell the D coordinator I'm going 32 plays today, so he figures, okay, 15 minutes or whatever. All right. Well, I'm done those 32 plays in about 10 or 12, and so usually my guys. You talk about wearing your guys out. My guys get a lot of rest because we're waiting for the defense to get done to go to the next drill or whatever we're going to do. And that, we'll be standing around bullshitting or whatever. All right, and then they'll blow the horn and we go to the next one. So we're always kind of waiting on the defense. So it really doesn't affect us as much as it does the defense. Anyway, I can't because I got to revalidate it because the guy just gave it to me. But it's this chalkboard thing. All right. It's freaking unbelievable. You got it? Isn't it? I'm going to do all my plays on my install. All right? It's PlayStation. All right? It's PlayStation, and you can look from the top to back. You can click a button. It's just on a mouse. It's easy as shit. You click a thing on a mouse, and you can actually put the view from inside the quarterback's helmet or a receiver's helmet. You can line guys up, and you draw the lines where they're going to go. Like I put up Chevron. All right? I wish I had it up here, but it was cool. You put like you're in your helmet. I mean, it's like PlayStation, right? You're like this, and if you move the mouse like this, it moves his head where he's looking at the whole defense, all right? And so you hit play, all right, and you can move his head like this, and you see your guys running the routes.
It's all animated.
Yeah, just like the only thing that's not a PlayStation is there's no ball traveling in the air, right? Right? You can put it on hashes, you can do everything. But it was weird because, it was cool, my quarterbacks loved it when I showed it to them because that's what they're really seeing, I mean, they're trying to see a snag route, and they got these linemen that are stand up in front of them, or they're trying to find a dig, and it was really pretty cool. But I'm going to put my whole offense on that and put it on my install. So now when a kid watches it, he'll have the drawing. He'll have here what it looks like from a game film. Hey, here it is in 3D for you. Yeah, it's $200 per station. Yeah.
That's that every year.
$200 a year, is that what it is?
I think it goes down, or you have some deals like 180 or so. The yearly fee.
I mean, if you guys just tell me if you guys want to watch any of this stuff, I'm just kind of going through. Do you guys want to talk about protections or?
How long is your practice?
About an hour and 45 minutes. They'll be a little longer in camp, right? That's including special teams, yes. Okay, so this is all the stuff we've been talking about all day. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that we can, Okay, so this is what the kid gets, all right, on his install. Now we really would like to be, we're really not a paper offense, okay? So in other words, I like everything to be liquid. Everything that they, our kids these days are so, computers and iPhones and PlayStations and, I mean, they really kind of, they like that stuff. I mean, they're good at it, They're, you give my guys a playbook, after the meeting I'll go walk in there and half of them will still be sitting on the ground right there. Now if you tell them, when I get that 3D thing done, you tell them to go down, go get on your computer tonight and pull up today's practice, they'll do that, or here's the installs, all right, they'll do that. But go home and look at your playbook, they ain't doing that. And so I don't even give playbooks out. All I give them is a notebook to take notes, So he can sit down, he can go back and look at 90. Okay, well here's 90. All right, that's kind of what we want to look like. All right. All right, and then here it is. Now my next slide, when I get this other thing done, is going to have it from the receiver's view or the quarterback's view or whatever. All right. So there's 90. Here is our 3x1. Very lightening them. All right. Shit, the corner up top is freaking 8-9 yards off. Corners are deep. Let's just throw a hitch. That's what's great about lightning. How many times have you guys watched the film the next day and go, why the hell didn't I just throw some hitches out there to that guy? Why aren't we throwing some hitches out to that guy? So if you want to throw hitches, man, just Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. If you like your quick game, you want to throw a bunch of hitches, just go lightning, because that's easy. Go lightning, and then if the guy's off, the quarterback already knows where he's going with the football. This is what I mean by catch, grip, rip. All right? Catch, grip, rip. See, it made me go full screen. Okay, let's see what we got on here next. I think this is rocket laser. Okay, 90. Okay, stick. It's always with draw. I mean, we already watched those. The stick route. How do you run your stick route, Bobby?
6 yards, number 3.
Turn inside?
Yeah, number 2 is rolling on the second step.
Yeah.
But we teach our quarterback that don't even look at the stand backer. It's Mike to Linda or Mike Straw.
Yeah, and the key is, like he said, is it's straight vertical by that guy. So he comes off the ball. The hardest thing I always have is they want to get to about 4 yards and start doing this, right? They got to get through 5. You got to get through 5 as soon as their next outside foot hits. All right, bam! They stick it in the ground and turn, and just expect the ball on the outside.
What do you tell your quarterback? So catch.
Yeah. So all I tell him is he's catch, grip, load the backside, and rip.
We're doing the same thing. We tell our quarterback to hit it hard on that foot.
So you just sit right here.
But we're sitting a long time.
Yeah, that's why I want to take that, bang, bang, and then it gives me look. Now I can turn the draw off.
I like that.
Or if I'm running shark, okay, I can do the same thing. I can catch, grip, rip. All right. So if the Mike backer's out there, now I can hand the ball off. Yeah.
So the man beater on stick now with draw or with green opposite, the man beater on the outside, they're not even looking at it. No.
He's exactly right. My guy's never throwing that. Never. It's just kind of keep the Sam out of the way, right, Bob? It's like this year, Bobby, what I'm going to do is, all right, is I'm going to go right here and I'm going to call Rocket 95.
Oh, yeah. You get the Rocket first and work back.
Yeah. Go just have Rocket screen to this side, 95 over here on this side.
We had a free release, the back on roads here, because the DM was peeling off a lot. So that gave us another launch point for the quarterback.
Okay. This is probably one of our base, out of 20 personnel, our base routes, all right, because there's so much tear motion. All right, so here's green, tear, Rio, 94. Because we get, see, so here's another thing, right? Protect my players, protect my plays. So you see how these guys, when the defenses, man, they start seeing these guys go in motion. We throw so much of their screens and the comets. Look at the guy over the slot right there, the Y. Okay? Yeah, I mean, what's he playing? He's playing the freaking Jamal in the bubble. So let's throw the slant, it's just slant flat, right? Is all it is. You can do that out of F quick, you can do it out of trio, whatever. All right, but it should look like, okay, Rio protection. I like it when the back comes across, because it still gives me that Zorro feel. See that? I know the line's totally different, but all the rest of the guys are still feeling like Zorro right there to me. That's one of our better things. We looked at Chevron. Okay, why cross? So somebody asked this how it sets. Okay, so here's the base way. Okay, not the base way. Caddy. All right. If you're to the caddy, the outside guys, if you're to the caddy side, all right, if you're to the caddy side, and so how our quarterback, and the kids learn it, but if you're to the caddy side, you're always running post curl, okay? Caddy, you always got the cross route, all right? Now, that cross route is find grass. Take grass, find grass. So he has the same, the more they can kind of do the same shit, I think the better they become. So here's the Sam, here's the Mike, okay, here's the Will, here's the corner. Let's say they're just like that, okay? So he's thinking is he's trying to get under one, over two, and he's actually angling, looking to a place like about 22 yards deep on the numbers. That's kind of his angle if you were to run it on air out there to set his angle, okay? Now, but what he's looking at find grass, take grass, okay? So as he comes over top of that mic, all right, if he's in grass, he can find the grass for us right there, that's fine, all right? If it was man coverage and there ain't nothing over there, he's going to say, fuck it, I'm taking the grass. If he had like cover two and the corner sitting there or something like that, he may just find grass. If that corner was out of there and there's nothing, he's going to take the grass. Okay? X, you are always on the go route. Okay? We're going to have somebody over here to control the Will backer for the cross. Okay? We're going to have somebody over here to control the strong safety or the Sam backer for the post curl. All right? So that's like the base way it goes in right there. These are called grab routes. So grab routes are a little bit different than man beaters. He's actually running a stick route, the F. He's running a stick route, and he's sitting there. He is not pulling anything away. He's not doing anything till the quarterback shows his eyes to him. Okay? Now, the key is the quarterback. Even if he knows, I'm not going to throw that go route in a million years. Okay? Because the corner's freaking lined up 15 yards deep in his post safety. All right? He has to start his eyes at the go route. So when he gets the ball right here, he's going 1, 2, 3, and he is looking at the X. All right? Now, when he hits his third step, if he's not saying, I can throw this thing, shit, he may decide to back shoulder him. I don't care. Complete it, right? Okay? If not, now he's going to hitch up and his eyes go right now to the cross. Okay? Because what he's doing is he's biding time for the cross to get in there and get open. Where if he just said, screw that, and his eyes went right to the Y, he's going to start doing this. Okay, he's almost there. He's going to get ready. He's almost going to get open. I don't want that. I want, is he open? No. Hitch. Is he open? No. Hitch. Post curl. My eyes came this way. Now, the grab route's going to pull out. Okay? So for him to call this, is he like this play right here, he'd go like this, he'd say, hey, trio right, trio right, trio right. He'd go, run, okay? Hang loose, okay? Now, he could go caddy and the X should know he has a go route, all right? But just to take the thinking out of those guys, whenever we hang loose a guy, that means you got a go route, okay? He can still go caddy to him, but I don't want him to have to think, the post curl's on the other side, right? Because if this is trio left, this is the same kid, right? And he's to the Y cross. So now he's got post curl when he sees caddy. So he's got to know the Y's to my side. Well, I'm going to take that thinking out of it even for him. I'm just going to go, hey, caddy, hang loose. Quarterback knows now I got go, cross, post curl, boom, all right?
But you call protection, telling the O-line where to go?
Yeah, we direct the O-line. Okay, if we call that a duel, nobody's changed. There shouldn't be that little seam route drawn in right there, okay? Okay, so he goes like this, okay? Z, you're to the Y, to the caddy side. You got post curl. Hey, now you're controlling the flat defender. You still got cross Y. You still run the same route there that you ran over here, okay? So as soon as everybody sees this, everybody, no matter what formation, you know what you're running, okay? And now X, hang loose, all right? Quarterback knows I never call a protection when I signal. Do you?
They know it.
They know it. I don't signal a protection anymore.
They know it.
All right? He just knows, I already got F over here controlling somebody. Who's controlling that guy? Oh, T. Get over there. Lion, right? Lion protection. Away from the back. Lion protection. This is, and I know Jack talked a little bit about it, but let's hit the protection real quick.
I actually tagged Rose to this.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did it work?
I had the dart for the sidewalk, then for the alley. Now he read the Mike backer. If the Mike backer disappeared, we threw that.
Nice.
Slant now.
Nice.
If Mike backer stood, we threw the rope.
Nice. I like that. I'll post some cut-ups on all this. This is kind of our base stuff, all right? Okay, the other one is 4 verts, all right? Do you see him reading all your verts?
Yes.
Okay, so it's take grass,
Yes.
take grass, or find grass. So I just called 4 verts in there and cover 4, okay? Your slots. I mean, you're kind of fucked, right? Okay, so our guy's going to do the same thing. He's going to come off, all right? If he can take the grass vertically, he'll take it. When can he probably in 4 verts take the grass vertically? When it's what coverage? Post safety, right? One safety, because now there's one there, there's a corner out there, I can take this grass. There's nobody over top of me, okay? Now it's cover 2, all right? Here I come. Can I take the grass? Probably not. There's a safety right over top of me. So at 14 yards, find grass. So they'll stop. And sometimes they even drift out. They just find grass in their force. All right. I'll go about every. I won't do it this spring because it's new for these kids. But during camp, I'll go about. We'll go through the installs like twice, and usually like that 7th practice. Okay. It's a vertical day. All right, we're going to throw vertical in practice. When I script it, it's freaking verticals, man. I'll even tell the quarterback and team, all right, hey, here's your plays. You got 4 plays, and these are all you get a call today. Okay, you're going to call Daytona, you're going to call draw stick, you're going to call trio Zorro with a key, all right, and then you're going to call Daytona again, all right. Because the only way you get good at this stuff is practice it. I mean, you got to just throw it. And so that day, it's just we're throwing the ball down the field the whole day, all right? Or maybe we're going to go hustle and run Daytona, okay? So, I mean, I think that's important. That you got to make it important to them if it's going to work.
When you do your play action, do you ride it or do you just flash it?
flash it.
And your Y cross, is that always Y cross? Do you ever F cross? It's always Y.
It took me, for the Y this year, it wasn't until probably the second game, and he's the only one running it, okay? I mean, plus him and the second team guy and the third team guy, right? But that position was the only, this is what really makes me, this is an old Raymond Berry thing, okay? Raymond Berry always lined up on the left. I mean, that's where this whole thing came from. Hal Mummy, not flipping those guys, all right? And because Raymond Berry was, Hal Mummy used to go visit with him and all that, all right? Because Raymond Berry said, I can run my routes and nobody can stop me when I'm always on the left because I know exactly where I'm hitting every foot. I know exactly, I'm always practicing the same speed cut off this foot, and he was right, all right? So that's why they didn't change. So it took, if you're a purist, if you were a purist Hal Mummy guy, this guy never lines up on the left. Their Y never lines up on the left. If they want to go our trio left, this guy goes over. He stays right there. So they can, so they're always running Y cross with him going to the right, to the left, across. But what my point was, this really hit my brain about it was like, as much as we even run it was like about the second play of the season, second game of the season, where he really, they couldn't stop him in there. It was either it was either pressure or something when he really got a feel for finding grass, taking grass, setting the mic up, recognizing that there was quarters and the safety was sitting down on him, and he got to where he was sticking it here and taking it over the top of him and finding grass because he'd run it so much. So now if I'm going to teach that to F, all right, if my calculations are right, that's going to take me till 8 games in the season to get those two guys to do it right, all right? So we try to keep guys doing the same stuff as much as possible.
Coach, Daytona, F's not a bender and another guy taking the team now?
No more benders.
Yeah.
Leach finally talked me into it. I was a bender. You're the bender. You stay on the vertical. Did that for years, all right? Leach finally talked me into this. This is Leach. You remember the drive when Texas Tech beat Texas? All right? And Crabtree caught that? Okay, that was a 6-play drive, that drive to win the football game. Okay? He called the same play 6 times in a row, 4 verticals. So he threw the guy, he threw the guy finding grass here, he threw it to Crabtree on a, back shoulder Crabtree, but it was the same play over and over. And that's when he sold me on those guys just find, because the benders, man, now was we just missed the bender, or now should be careful because if you bend it too far over, the backside safety's a problem, Now it's just, hey, go get your ass open, all right? If you can't beat the guy deep, find a window, okay? Same thing with the outside guys. If you're to the field and you can't beat the guy deep because those corners middle, we just tell him to fall out over there, all right? If you're in grass, stay in grass. If you can't take the grass over the top of that corner, about 18, fall out. All right, give it someplace to throw the football. Okay, and then like F Shack, and there's really only 2 guys that ever run Shack, X and F. That's it. I'm looking for.
You don't want to run Y shower?
I don't. I tell myself every spring I'm going to do it, and I chicken out. All right, because this guy right here. There's an art to running that route. There's a real art to it. You got to always outside release the guy, get vertical. When he comes out of the break, if he's in grass, stay in grass. So he'll come in and sometimes he'll just hook right there. All right? Or sometimes he starts feeling the mic coming to him. He'll accelerate and go to the other side. All right? So, if he can do that 100 times instead of only 50 times, he should be twice as good. That's the philosophy. All right? And the quarterback gets a good feel for him. Let me see if I can find. I thought there was cut-ups on this one. All right. I know where it is. It's on this one. There we go.
Always run the mesh with the Y and the X.
Always. Let's go back to it. So Y gets every rep of setting the mesh. X gets every rep of using the mesh. You know, stair-stepping his guy, getting his guy off him, trying to run him into the Y's guy. Okay? Z, outside guy, you're running that every time. All right? F, we call Mercedes. If you're in trio, you're running basic. If you're in dual, you're running basic. All right? If you're in the backfield, you're running swing. So he knows, he sees Mercedes, or he sees, hey, Mercedes. He don't care what formation it is. He knows what he's running. So that lets us play. I really believe that lets us play faster because our kids aren't thinking a lot. You know, they know. Let's go. All right. So another example of.
That means you'll always run Mercedes out of right?
Nope. I said Hal did that, not me. I'll get trio left, trio right. You know.
Now, yes, has got to run. I mean, Z's got to run.
No. Well, see, there's really not an X and a Z. There's outside guys who are right and left. All right, and then there's the Y and the F inside. So the outside guys, yeah, they all have to know how to. When I say the X, I meant my outside guy, like when we practice it, like in the pat and go stuff. All right, it'll be all the outside guys and all the Y's, and they're running mesh. All right, so that's all they do all day because these guys are going to have to do that. Okay, F. All right, F. You're the only guys running shack. Okay, X. You got to run some shack. So F. Give me the F and X over here. We're going to run shack. Y's. You're still running the basic. All right, we're going to rep that. Okay. So just like Caddy, here's Mercedes, okay? There's green, free, Ron, protection, Mercedes, okay? Just like Mercedes, just like on Caddy, Brock right here, his technique ought to be 1, 2, 3, hitch, all right? And decide, either throw the frickin' circus route or corner route up top or don't, okay? He's decided to throw it now or he's not, all right? But he's got to look at it for all 3 steps like he looks at the go route on Caddy, all right? Because if he starts looking at that Mercedes too quick, all right, now the receivers are looking at him quicker, and so he's got to go 1, 2. I mean, it's one-on-one. So you can take everybody else off the field. It's one-on-one. Me in the corner route, all right? So his eyes ought to be 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, I like it. Hitch, ball. Okay. Now it's 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, I don't like it. Hitch. All right. My mesh should be showing up right about now. All right. If the sandbacker's in the way, because he probably didn't like the corner route because it was cover 2 or the corner was back there or something, all right, then he should be hitch, swing. Okay?
Are they ever throwing off 3 or plan? If they're taking a 3, they're doing hitching all the time.
Pretty much. The only time they really hit a plan if it's hot.
Right.
You know? If it's hot, quick game, they'll just one-step plant. Yeah. Pretty much they're gonna, you know, they're not gonna hit that last step and go. That's not a great throw, but it's a good read. Okay, now he abbreviated a little bit, but he's still 1, 2, 3. You can see where his head and eyes are. Okay, he didn't like the Seattle. All right, now hitch, ball. But he's still, you know, giving a pretty good look at the Seattle. I mean, I know he feels this guy coming and freaking he's in his own end zone, but left guard, and that's why I like the vertical set stuff. We didn't do a lot of that with the O-line coach at Arizona State. He'd like to jump him more, okay? But he should do the same, even though it's press man. 1, 2, 3, don't like it, hitch, mesh. Okay, shallow cross. Coaching points on shallow cross is, all right, the F right here, he should be running through the feet of the defensive line. That's how flat you want him, right there. Okay? Okay, here's lion protection. Great job by the back. Lion protection. Okay, so they always know if you're to the Y side and it's Shaq, hey, you got a post route. Okay, if you're to the Shaq side, you got a go route. What's funny is, all right, this kid that's playing the slot that's got these last two balls, all right, he's a backup F. And so we were talking about how you have to rest your guys, you know. And it forces you to play guys that turn into be, you know, not bad players for you. Because even though your brain, you think the kid sucks, you know, after a while he starts doing some pretty good stuff for you. So this kid, Jamal was like, he's a freaking man. I want him in the game every snap. All right. Well, he's got to come out because he gets freaking tired. So every time I see this kid running in, all right, every time I see this kid running, the only play I really felt good about this kid running was F Shaq, because I thought he did a good job with F Shaq. So every time I saw him run in, that's what I would call. The guy said, AJ's in. All right, F Shaq, F Shaq. All right, AJ knew that was his fucking play. Okay. Have you noticed who's been in there the last snap? You notice who's in there now? All right? And this sucker every time would freaking score touchdowns for us on it. That was his play. I think I threw this every time. I think I probably threw like about 7 of these to this kid during the season, and I bet 5 of them were touchdowns. But he knew the route. In practice it was the same way, you know. AJ's going in. All right, let's just run that Shaq. Okay.
High red zone play for you.
Love it down there. Love Shaq. Love F Shaq down there because I think it's got good answers. Love Chevron down there. Okay. I'm like really, where I really focus more on is in a high red zone. All right. Is that because I want to score from there. Because I hate it down there when it's inside the 5 and I have to call plays. That makes me nervous. Because then if you don't score, they start, the paper starts talking shit about you, and everybody, he can't score in the red zone, you know. So I want to take, I'm going to take my shots. There's something that I want to get the ball down the field, locks, Now I start to get about that 20, 15. Now it's really F Shaq becomes a big play for me. But I'm going to throw the locks. I'm going to throw Daytona. I'm going to throw this play a lot down there. All right. He has tagged this. Now, he could say Shaq and tell everybody Shaq, and if he did that, then that means the Y. What do you run on Shaq? He's still got the dig, okay? The first guy outside the wag, off the dig. You still got the post, number 2 down here, okay? Outside guy, you got to go route, right? X, you're on the Shaq, okay? But I just started tagging it with Daytona, all right? So over here, he went 4 verts, he went Daytona, and then we just gave X the Shaq. That's Ron protection. Okay. 3 down. Everything turns to Ron and Lou protection versus 3 down. Kind of like what Carl was doing. Seriously, he was on the right deal, all right? So everything turns it. So we want to make so it could be simple. I thought there was a. There it is. Okay, I'm going to go right back because we're going to talk protections. Let me just finish this, okay? All right? And then I'll leave that up so we can look at it, okay? So, I really want him, all right? I really want him to read the Daytona over here, okay? All right? That's basically like throwing your check down the shack. Okay, let's finish this up because there's a couple more on here. All right. I mean, this would be kind of. I would go into a whole game with just what I have on this install tape. Okay. So now we're going to run Cowboy. We're going to try to move the pocket. Okay. This one's out of Z Quick. Well, this is what everybody knows in Cowboy. Okay. Everybody knows this is that Y. You always run that. You're at take 2. X, you're an over. All right. And whatever we're doing here. Okay. Could be slip, kind of flat. Could be tear motion, Zorro, Cowboy, bubble. Well, you know, it's like everybody, right? 3-level flood. Okay. Is what we set up. All right. So, why? Even though we Z quick the guy here. Okay, he don't care. He still knows I've got the corner route. Okay, so there's your over, there's your flat, all right, there's your corner. So that's what we want. Want the quarterback always to have those guys in those spots, a guy in those 3 spots. Because how many times in your life have you thrown a play side go route on naked? You know, now we'll throw post, all right. Okay, same play. This is off the slip look. So his call here would be, hey, green, 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 green. All right? He would go, playboy odd, playboy odd. All right, he's telling the line to go left. Playboy odd, playboy odd. Hey, slip, slip. He just told the guy to slip block it. Okay. Remember we're running Zorro from this F Ghost, we're running Rocket from this F Ghost, Laser, all right? Now we're running Cowboy from this deal. Okay? You still got those 3 guys in those flips, you still got those 3 guys in those same 3 spots for him, quarterback. Okay. Now here he didn't give. If he gave him Seattle, all right. He didn't give him Seattle's that play. That's what we call that, Seattle, right? If he doesn't give him anything, then it's good old-fashioned naked, right? Let's find one here. All right, so just like, remember we talked about this morning about making POCO calls in Chevron, right? Okay, so here, all right, we're seeing cover 4 on, we're seeing a lot of cover 4 on against these guys, quarters, all right? So here, instead of changing everybody, all right, the outside guy, if we want him to POCO, all right, here's an inside POCO, there's an outside POCO, all right? He'd go, hey, like right here, it's green. I don't know if it's tear or not. You go green, 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 tear. You go cowboy odd, cowboy odd. Hey, Seattle. All right. He just told the outside guy because of this alignment, or I called it from the sideline, whatever. This alignment. Hey, take the post if you got it. The middle of the field's open. Take it. Okay. If it ain't open, we ain't throwing it to your ass anyway. All right. But the quarterback knows. Hey, I'm gonna look at you. All right. So it should look like Zorro. and you took the shot on the post. All right? So it helps your quarterback because he knows what I'm thinking, you know. He knows, hey, we're kind of seeing the same stuff. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's a draw. Okay? All right, so protections. I'm trying to make it as simple. I wanted everything to kind of fit to his Zorro rules. Okay? So, to me, all right, it all depends on 2x2 or 3x1. All right? 2x2 or 3x1. So, if I'm a 2x2 set, okay, the trouble with 2x2 sets, all right, is that they can double cap me on both sides. All right? I can get double capped, so I could get alerts and all that kind of stuff. So I want to take the thinking out of it for everybody, and I just want to tell the line. All right, look at, we're going to go in 2x2s. We're going to go ram and lion protection. Okay, ram and lion protection tells you guys that you are 4 down to the will. All right, 4 down to the will. So that means this guy right here only has to worry about those 2 guys. Okay? Well, he's got a back that's double key in that. So now he knows it takes 2. Okay? It takes 2 to come. So our quarterback will only point guys out when he thinks. So if he came up and he thought, fuck, it looks like Mike and Sam's coming. Kind of like your Rose and Caddy thing, right? And he comes up and Brock was to look at, hey, G-Rob. Okay? He's just telling G-Rob, if both those guys blitz, just give me your eyes. Okay? If he comes up and it looks just like that, but Brock looks up and he says, well, is Sam coming? No, probably not, right? He's not coming. All right? He won't even point him out. Okay? You know, that guy's not coming. Don't worry about it. All right? They're not bringing those 2 guys. He won't point it out. Okay? Now, we're going to cheat this a little bit, okay? Because they want to bring 4 to the back, okay? Well, if they want to bring 4 to the back, this side, what does the back end have to do? Exactly. They got to start tilting this thing down this way, okay? Now, is that guy a threat? No, this guy's not a threat. So that left tackle will go, well, fuck, that guy ain't coming. We don't need to worry about him. All right, he'll just say, hey, middle. All right, he's telling all these guys, hey, we're going to work this thing back into the middle. And now we can get 4 from the side block. All right, I'm still not, Brock learned this. I mean, he was pretty sharp, my quarterback. You know, he know, oh, fucking Will's not coming there making a middle call. I don't need to hot point those guys. I got them picked up, okay? Now you follow me? Okay? So he makes a middle call on that. So now we can pick the 4 up. There's no scans, no nothing. Okay, so that's 2x2. Okay? If it's L protection, which is basically lion, all right? These guys have the same deal. Okay? L is capped. Hey, they're to will. Okay? All right? U3 got these 3. All right? The 3rd guy is off a hot. All right? 3rd guy's off a hot. So now we have to sift this tackle. Hell, if he was to come into there, he'd make a freaking gap call even. And we would protect the inside, and we'd let the end go. All right? And if he wants to come, we'll throw that bitch to him out there. Or if he wants to come and he comes, who in the hell's covering snag right there? All right? So L and lion are exactly the same, except now this guy has become a sift tackle. Okay? So that's 2x2. Now, If they jump into 3 down, let's just say they're 3-4.
No,
All right. See you, man. Let's just say they're 3-4. All right. All the line is thinking is this, okay? And the quarterback is that let's leave one for the back. Okay? Is this guy capped? He can't be in a 3-4. So he's not a threat. There's no alert call. Let's leave one for the back. All right? And let's line it to those guys. All right? That's all they're thinking. See you guys.
thank you, Coach.
All right? Now, push this thing to 3-by-1. To me, they're totally different. Let's just put normal defense right there, okay? This guy, just like we talked about 2-by-2, for this guy to come, there has to be some sort of tilt, as Bobby said, some sort of tilt of the secondary to show this, to get an alert call. But if you're just starting Ron and Lou, all right, we can still pick up any 6 of those 7 is that he's on the wheel, all right? These guys know that if this guy's not a threat, we've got that, and he's still in a scan mode to him. All right? So theoretically, if they bring 7, it don't matter. I can't block 7. But I can block any 6 if they want to bring these 2 guys, all right? East, east, east. We gap it out, because if they're bringing those 2 guys, that Mike Backer better be starting to fit some routes out there, okay? We got it picked up. If they want to bring these 2 guys, all right? Will's going to bump this way for fire zone. That'll bring him to the Sam. If they want to bring the 2 inside guys, that's easy. All right? They want to bring those 2 guys. I mean, so any combination you got. All right? So I just want it to be simple for the O-line guys. And you know what? If you don't even want your tackles to worry about alert calls and Ron and Lou, you're back. You just say, fuck it. You guys back. This is what they do in the NFL. They call it key protection. All right? Actually, this is how Houston does it. All right? And this protection, you guys are 4 down to Mike. End of story. Back, you got Will and Sam. Because, huh? Yeah. I mean, that's what I said. That's the easy way to do it. All right? We see so much fire zone, though. All right? Fire zone. And I never count. I tell my quarterbacks that never count on a scan as part of the protection. All a scan for to me is to take the hit off a guy, because they can dick me too many ways. They can walk this guy up right here, all right? They can walk him up in the line. Now my back, man, he's not just going like that, and then all of a sudden this son of a bitch hits that on the run, all right? That back ain't getting to him, okay? So I tell the quarterback never. So if we saw this, my quarterback, the majority of the time, is going to double point those 2 guys, and we're going to throw it hot. You know. All right, Jack, you're up.
What we got?
What do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, I'm with you.
Food. Yeah, no,
We good? You got anything else?
You want to talk about game planning for different defenses?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, ask me. What do you want? I mean, I don't know what. Okay, I mean, you have to tell me what.
Things we usually see, we get the two twos and tackles, cover 3, and then we get little 3-3 stacks.
Okay. First rule. My first thought is. Two techniques. I don't really game plan for 2-2. You know. I just run the plays, right? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm changing anything because these guys play in 2-2, you know, 2-2. I'm still running Zorro either way. I'm running draw, the whole thing, okay? Okay, how they playing you in There's the Buck, Mike, Sam, right? That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that how they're playing your 3-3?
Looks like 3D.
Okay, so they buzz the safety down, let's say.
Right.
Or they put the sandbacker over top of him and buzz the safety down, right?
Right.
Okay, if I'm not running the shit out of the ball against that defense, I can't run. Okay? Alright? I mean, let's frickin' just run, let's run stretch out here. Alright? Let's run Zorro out there. Okay? I mean, I love 3 down to run the football against. Huh? Yeah, I love it.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing you notice is that as soon as I see 3 down, I know the team's a 3 down. Okay, I'm going to try to get it as much 3-by-1 or create 3-by-1 as I can. Okay, because if this cat right here, you know, if they want to stay 3-4 like that, and that cat right there wants to become a part of the I mean, there's only 5 guys in there. All right, he wants to become the part. I've got 1, 2, 3 guys over here. They got 1. All right. And a corner who's got to play the deep third. Okay? So what I want them to do is say, I can't do that. I can't stay in 3-4 and play cover 3 against these guys because I'm throwing the hell out of this stuff. Right? I'm gonna make that guy go run and make the play. So I'm gonna build these 3-by-1s any way I can. All right? I'm gonna make them do this. Okay, well, we gotta bump all our backers out here to stop that. Okay? So now, I'm still Zorro'd, right? Through, if this guy's playing it hard, I mean, those are great angles right there to knock that out. He's playing it hard, all right? We're giving the football. This guy better be playing quarterback if he's playing it hard. All right? If he's playing on the outside, and he's through to that, and he closes, who's playing quarterback? Okay? So, I mean, I guess you say, Gay, I really don't change my thinking except I'm really getting into a bunch of 3-by-1 stuff. I mean, there's not like different plays that I like against those guys that don't. Am I going to be a big, am I going to call draw right there? Yeah, I'm going to call draw. They'll probably make a base call, you know. Hell, I don't know, they could fold that depending on how that guy's playing. He'll lock up. Still going to play the game off of that guy right there. The 6th guy, I'm going to throw the hitch or whatever, all right? And then I'm going to try to do this as much as I can. Verticals, okay? I'm going to try to go Daytona, try to go Dover, I'm going to try to go 3-level floods, cowboy, all right? You know, I'm trying to put, I mean, they're saying they're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys right here, okay? 3 guys back here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got 4 receivers, so I'm gonna try to get the ball vertically on them. 3-level flood, 4 verts, whatever, out of 3-by-1 sets. Okay. I don't know if that answered your question, but
It gives me a start.
yeah.
How about when we go red zone? You talk about high red zone, you know, the 3 pass plays, and like you start to get down to lower red zone. So, key screens a lot down there.
Oh yeah.
Jumping your face.
Yeah. I'll throw more locks down there. All right. I'll throw more locks. I like to really motion because maybe it's a lot of man. I like to really motion. All right. This play was probably in inside the 5 is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Inside the 5. Outside the 5, man. I'm just.
You said when you're trying to goal line, there's a chance for you to get it in.
Yeah. That's when all this stuff started coming into play for me. So I get that bone. I like the bone a lot down there. Okay? So now I can still do the same thing. Fast. Slip. Okay? That's the starting point.
Now when you run the slip there, the tailback still got the option to cut it all the way back. You're not forcing him wide.
No. No, he's just like he would if I was underneath center and you run inside zone. Same place he's gonna track it here, same place he would track if he was in the gun. Still pressing the A gap, right. You don't slip, right? We're just like that and we're hitting it in there. If nobody bounces outside, I'm throwing to that guy. One-on-one tackle at the 5-yard line. Okay, now start to build shit I like in there. Okay, well, let's throw fast, playboy slip. Right? Run the baseline, come back, try to throw it to him in the flat. Let's go fast, all right, and throw slants. All right? Let's go fast, all right, and we put what we call the rub in. We went like this, and we put a little rub in, like that. So, that stuff that, I've always got to have a starting point. Now, I want to build off of this instead of, all right, well, here, I got to play in 12 personnel, I got to play in 10 personnel, I got one in bone, I got one play in each. All right, here's my base play, stop it. Okay? Now, we went big bone and we put double lead in. Or you could even do it with a back where we just checked lead to the bubble. He came up, he went even. All right? Wherever the bubble was, we just turned around, handed to him, and ran a lead. So yeah, I don't have a lot of, lot of different plays down there. It's the same plays I'll throw out in the, I'm just trying to think of stuff we did. Hell, we ran a lot of pops down there because these safeties are so tight, right? We'd come down there, fake the slip, run him on the wheel, pop it, all the New England Patriots, right? The pop. Because this guy, the only guy, it's the same thing. I'm always thinking about where's the problem in this play. Well, I got everybody blocked except who, Jack? The freaking safeties. And they're on the line, they're 6 yards away. So they're running up in there knocking me out. Okay, well, I'm trying to tell that guy to go dig him out. He can't do it, so how do I fix the problem? Well, I can pop him. All right? I'm going to take the F on slip right there. I'm going to run him on just a hard swing, because if that corner chases him down, who in the hell's got that guy? The safety can't stop that in the run at the same time. All right? Or I'll free him out there. All right? Now the safety's got to get out of there. Now run slip. So you see, it's just, I have to look at, what are they playing? I don't want them to run the goal line shit in there, and I don't. All right.
No, when you think about starting where to do all this, you start with middle open, middle closed defense.
Yeah.
Is that how you start it?
Post safety, split safety.
Okay.
Post safety, split safety is all I kind of worry about. To me, there's post safety, split safety, and there's a fence look. Fence look is blitz. Those are the three things you got to deal with. Okay, they're a post safety defense, or a split safety defense, or they'll give you a fence look, blitz, saw, right, dog, middle dog, all that kind of stuff. All right, so
a minute ago you talked about how you beat the post safety. That was a cover 3 look. We're talking about 3 deep.
Right.
So what if they're split safety?
I love split safety because if they're split safety, they cannot have enough guys in the box to stop the run. So now I'm trying to control the Sam and the Will, right? You got the Sam, you got the Will. They're split safeties. Okay? They can only get in 10 personnel. They can really only have 5 in the box. That's what numbers tell you. Right? That's the first thing I learned when we went to one back, right? They can only have 5 in the box. They start getting 6 guys in the box. That 6th guy in the box, that's what the quarterback's controlling. All right, with keys, comets, sticks, pops, whatever. All right, so we're just trying to. I always talk about just find the guy you're playing the game on. Who is that defender that's in conflict? All right, in this right here? They're telling this guy, all right, to fit the DC gap or whatever the defense is. All right, plus be a pass coverage guy. He's in fucking conflict. All right, so let's try to put him in conflict. I'll give you a great example. That's what the whole Zorro key game is based on. Okay, is that Okay, let's just say they're an over football team. This is what we see all the time, right? Okay, and they're playing split safeties. Okay, he's got that gap. 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 Who's got that gap? Who's got it? The will. Okay? He's in conflict. Right? That's why he's the key. He's the guy in conflict. Because that coach is telling him, all right? I mean, they can't. I mean, they don't have enough guys to fill all the gaps they gotta have. Right? So if I block that guy, and we block those guys, who's going to tackle? Who's supposed to tackle him? Well, that's what the defense is set up for that guy to have the B gap. Well, he's in conflict. Do I do this, or do I worry about that? So the whole offense is set draw, right? Who's in conflict and draw? The Mike Backer. Is he going to stop the stick and stop the draw? All right. The Will ain't in conflict. Will's right there. You know, he's right there in his gap, man. He's got it. But the Mike, man, he's the B gap player to the field. All right. But plus he's told that if it's pass, I got to go stop the tight end vertical. So he's the guy in conflict. Okay. So that's what I'm always trying. I'm trying to put somebody in conflict. And that's the guy I'm teaching the quarterback. That's how it's all set up. All right. The Will Backer, you just saw us, right? We're in green. We went fast motion. Okay. Will's sitting here in the box. You see it. I see it every game. All right. He's a B gap player. Here goes. This guy's not there. Here goes the fast motion. Will's in freaking conflict right there. You'll see him too on film. They'll go like this. You know. Okay, wait. I know I got the B gap, but there's some bitches running out there. What, you know? I'm conflicted here. You know. What do I do? Okay. Okay. Well, good defenses. You know, they're going to try to keep their guys out of conflict. So let's spin the safeties. All right, to that motion. Okay. Now they got a guy for the B gap. They got a guy for that. All right. Now that's my problem. How do I fix that problem? Right. Maybe it's slant flat. Something that simple. Those are the information I'm looking for from the top. Okay. I always want to know how are they getting the extra guy to my motion, my comments, my fast, my tears, my F quicks. They're spinning the safety. All right, they're spinning the safeties. All right, shit. They're widening the backer. You know what? How are they stopping it? You know, or it's freaking 4 verts with that motion. I got them in the coverage I want, cover 3. All right. Now who's in freaking conflict? The free safety, because he's got 2 verticals he's got to cover. So I'm putting him in conflict now.
When you teach it to the quarterback, you explain it just like that. You're always teaching who's got the conflict.
I always talk about who do you need to control. Mm-hmm. All right, it's draw, Brock. Who do you need to control? Mike Backer. All right. When he understands that, man, the picture to me just clears up. Right. I got to control the mic. Shit, he's running in there. I'm throwing all. He's running out there. I'm handing it off. Oh, he's in the box. He's in the box, but the guy came up and pressed my stick. It's man coverage. All right? He knows there's a problem. You know? It's not that I just told him, hey, if you see post safety, check out of the draw. I don't want to check. All right? Because I've thrown the stick 100 times with a post safety. All right? But Brock will know, all right, fucking Mike, all right, Mike's way in here, shit, I'm throwing a stick out. Oh, shit, he's pressed man. Hey, hang loose. Right? I'm going to throw a quick fade over here. I'm going to throw a slant to the backside guy. Okay? Or he may change these guys to all slants. All right? He knows the problem. So the more he can do that on every play in your offense, then he can go run it for you.
How much success did you have doing that in high school? There's limited time to have the treatment.
Good, but I didn't have, I was probably, didn't have the volume. All right? I mean, really, to be honest with you, and I don't know about Richie. I don't know, what did the defenses have? Do they have problems with you guys with?
Defenses that we play against?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. What screws them up is all this tear, fast motion, F, doesn't that, I mean, they're a cover 3 team. I mean, if you're playing a cover 3 team and they do not make any adjustment to tear motion or F ghost motion, you should be gashing them out there just throwing the swings. I know the guy at Texas said, shit, they send fast motion. You saw it on our film, college coaches. You send a fast motion out there, they'd have one corner out there and nobody'd move. Just throw it to them, you know? And like, but we probably had 3 runs is all we had in high school. You know? We had zone, draw, and stretch, huh?
Stretch.
Stretch, draw, and zone read.
What is Giants?
Giants is just a G scheme. Yeah.
Trying to get 2, right?
This is real simple.
Use a dark marker if you would. No, the green didn't show up very good. Like the black. Thank you.
Got brown. Okay, Giants is all different if we call it load. But you asked for Giants. Giants we're always going to run to a. We do it this way. Giants we're always going to run to a tight end. Okay, the rules are this. Okay, you block the end man on the line of scrimmage. If he's a 7, pin him. All right, if he's a 9, make a 9 call and turn him out. That's all you got to do, tight end. Because you don't really work a lot on blocking, all right? So just quick and just kind of get in his way a little bit, all right? You don't need to knock him off the ball or anything. If you have a defender on your inside gap, block him. So let's say they were like this, a 3. Let's say they were like this, a 3, a 7. Let's put the shade on the backside and a 5, okay? So it's real easy. You always got that guy, so pin him. Oh, guy on my inside, block him. Oh, guy on my inside gap, block him. Pull. Okay? Cut off. That's Giants. Real simple play, just G sweep. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to the back side. Or I could even attach 95 if I want. So the guy, who's the guy right here? This guy goes that way or he goes that way. Who on that defense is going to be in conflict? Backside linebacker, exactly. That guy. All right? Because I got a guy for force, I got a guy for the mic. That guy's in conflict. He can't stop this and that. All right? So I'll show you an example real quick. If I can find it here, I think I can. Let me think of the game. Only reason I'm looking here because it's the only one I can really remember where it was in the game. This play. Giant? Let's see if this is the right one. Might be. Yeah, there. No. It's not the one I wanted to show you. This will work. Okay? All right. Okay, so we did it this way. This one was attached. This is the one I wanted to show you, but this is another way we did it. All right, this one was attached. All right, Giants odd, Comet. All right, key 3. Okay, but that's not the one that.
It was a good one, though. No. Can you save that one for the guys in the room so they have that?
What made him throw the Comet? And
the way with that back, I want to show you one because this one is going to kind of show my point here. Whoops, that's what I got to do. Pause.
When he tags the key, he's reading
the
key. So you had to.
This is actually the one that started it. A to Z. Let's get the Giant. This one? That's one we just watched? Alright. So, this is when, like I said, everything's kind of like, I learned, you start running, you start going, oh, fuck, what if I did that? You're like that, God, I could do this, And that's how this one happened in this game this way, We had Giants with the key 3, alright? And so, at halftime, we're going, hey, let's call Giants, but let's throw it to the back instead of number 3. We'll get an extra blocker. So what he's looking at right here, okay, Brock is looking at, okay, the guy that's in conflict, all right, is this guy right here. All right? So, because we got him blocked, that guy's in conflict. So here he just leaned over and said, hey, run Comet. These guys are, he could probably hand it off and score too, all right? But these guys, all they know is Giants even. So he would go, hey, here we go, trips right, trips right, trips right. Here we go, Giants even, Giants even. He'd look up, guys in the fucking A gap, he'd go, Comet. All right, he's already commented those guys out to block it. All right, so now the back, boom. Look at the Will Backer. Yeah, watch the Will Backer. No, anytime you start pulling guards, backers run.
They run.
Yeah, watch the Will Backer by the official. So he's in conflict. It's a good example. All right.
Sometimes the Giants just pull the center too, right?
Yeah, he'd pull the center. He'd pull the center if there was a shade to the play side, because the guard would block down, and there was a 3 on the back side. The center would pull. But see, as far as hats on hats, I'm asking this guy. That's a safety, okay? I'm asking this guy to cut him off, right? Because he's got him, okay? And they could have done that on the backside, all right? Okay, we got a hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got hats for all those guys. This guy's got to get his hat to him, just like if it was draw, right? And this guy had to go cover the stick. So to me, the Brock knows this guy's sitting way the hell in there. He can't cover that. All right. Now, if he was lined up out here, then he'd hand the ball off, because now that tackle can get him, right?
You got 2 guys that you need to know. Like, so 11 guys are all, 9 of the guys are all doing the same thing, and you got 2 guys that need to make a check.
I don't have to call a new play. I don't have to check at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he does. That's how he goes. He goes trips right. He goes, Giants even, Comet. Comet. Boom, run the Comet. If he didn't say anything, the kid would run the Giants. It's one of my favorite plays, right there. Love that play.
Giant Comet?
Giant Comet, I love it.
And did it happen by accident? You saw it and said, what if I do that?
What did you see earlier in the game?
Yeah.
We were running Giant and tagging key 3s. All right? And then, and they were pitching, they started like kind of pressing us up over here, and the tackle was bitching about, I can't get through to the Will. All right? And actually Stephen Treat, who's the quarterback there, he's the one that said, well, fuck it, I'll just tell him, if he's way over here, I'll just tell Cam Comet, and he can run out that way. And I go, okay, let's do it. So I mean, I look, yeah, but that's so cool, is because Stephen and they were fixing the problem. Tackle can't get to him. Well, hell, if he can't get to him there, then I know that Will can't get to the back out there. So then it became a base. Love this in the low red zone. This became a big red zone play for it. Caught it all the time down there. Bless you. This is earlier. See in the game. All right. We still scored on that one, but that's how it was in the game plan that week.
So could you talk for a minute about your stretch play and when you call it, what, you know, how it fits into the offense?
I'll let Jack go over the blocking. I'll tell you how I see it fitting into the offense, and then I'll let him talk about line, because I don't really know all that stuff. All right, is that the whole thing is play the next play, fix the problems, right? Okay. Well, all this stuff is fixing the problems of a bending end, of a Will Backer in the box, of the Mike, you know, the draw, you know, all that stuff, or the strong safety, or Sam Backer really forcing the Comet. Oh, let's throw the locks, okay? So the problem with inside zone, and Jack can probably tell you a lot better than I can, all right? The problem with inside zone to me is when they start twisting inside. It screws up, right, Jack? When everybody starts doing this in the interior, as soon as they have decided that they're going to stop our Zorro play by twisting the interior guys, then we're going to start going boss. All right, because now that end, all right, they're trying to go ETs or TEs, and that end's doing this, and we're just full zoning it out the edge. There is no edge player on when they're twisting ends, right, Jack?
I agree.
Okay, so that's when that starts. That's you know, they've fucking twisted my Zorro a couple times. That's the first thing my kids are saying. Coach, run fucking shark, or run boss. You know, they want the ball outside because now they can just all come off and just watch it all. Okay, so that's how in the game planning of things, where it hits my brain. Just like lock hits my brain when I look up and there's 3 guys hitting my key screen. All right, shit, I better lock somebody pretty quick here because they're all hitting the guys. You know.
Same formation that you were running out of, or
the same looks that you run Zorro out of. Now, we run boss and we run shark. Shark is more of a stretch play out of 10 personnel. All right? Boss is more of a play where we have like we'll get in 20 and call boss, where we got a back or a Y or somebody for the force player. All right, because he's the problem, right? The interior guys aren't going to be the problem. The problem is going to be the force player. How do we get a hat on him? So boss out of 2 back, we'd have the lead back, you know, either way.
And hustle sharp, or?
Hustle looks like boss. Now stretch. It's the play action. Okay, so let me.
I just want to stop and say, did Richie been in the playbook a bunch, man? He fought us at the camp, didn't he, know?
He did.
He was fighting us at camp, but then Carl, man, they're on it now, baby.
He did. He fought us.
They saw the promised land. Carl was counting 0, 1, getting it done up front.
Count to 3.
He counted 3.
He used to count with his foot.
No, with
like Ed the horse.
No, this is my opinion. So just tell me if you think it's right. But if I'm having a limited run game, I'm putting in giant and not stretch myself.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You might.
Well, I want to have the inside zone, and then I want to have a little different way to block it. You know what I mean? And then because I think stretch in high school is very difficult for the line. I think the landmarks get wider. You got to drop deeper. And you get lesser athletes that cross over. They do some bad things.
We run stretch really
So
good.
I like.
Do you? I like stretch. I mean, and I like them both.
Yeah.
I don't see there's a reason not to have both.
I would put giant in first myself. You guys run giant at all, Carl?
No.
Yeah. Just a nice change-up. I love
Okay,
putting the
so
ball on the perimeter. I want to do as many ways as I can do it.
This is my favorite way right here to run stretch. Okay? With this little Z quick motion. Okay, there's boss right there. Okay? Okay, now this isn't actually the play boss, right? This is the play that protects boss. Okay? 4 verts. Yeah, because these guys, all right, and this might be the second one, all right. But these guys were cover 3, were rolling to cover 3, and I didn't hit cover 3, but that's all right. But they were rolling to cover 3, all right, every time we motioned. Well, the first time we did this, all right, and maybe it's on here. Maybe it was the first time. But I know when we were running boss and all that, is we were seeing this, they were doing this to us. See the safety roll down weak?
Yeah.
So remember we talked about you're going fast motion, you're doing something like that, all right? So now they're going to cover 3. So this was our answer. Now let's hit 2 verticals. The guy in conflict here now is the free safety. And the guy that's always open is the guy you fake the ball to. Every time you can just turn and throw it to him. Okay, so this protection, all right, is lying. Make sense? 4 down to Will, okay? The back coming across, you got Mike to Sam, you're double key. If they bring them both, I got built-in hot to the other back.
What was the act line?
No, that'd be hustle odd. Tell the line to go left right here. The back just knows he goes, you know, he's got to learn something, shit. Right? He just knows the play action off a boss is hustle. So it's hustle odd. And that's it. That's what it is. That's it right there.
And the line knows
They're,
hustle with the pass.
yeah, they know hustle's play action. 4 down to Will. All right, you gonna talk about stretch?
You gotta take off. This is on your thing,
Be on there, yeah.
on that.
No, it's gonna be on this one.
It'll be on this one. Oh, we gotta-
On that. Good seeing you guys.
See you, Richie. I'll see you this summer.
No.
All right?
You got my
See you
number,
this
right?
spring.
This spring. See you, Carl.
You left a message on my answer machine, and you never left a phone number to call you back on.
Yeah, that's it. He's good.
My answer machine doesn't work anyway.
He doesn't even know
Well, you
how.
could have called me back one time. I did, I remembered it, so it's always on my heart.
Yeah.
As you're on, you'll send that tape back to me?
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man, that would be great.
How are you gonna know where to send it?
If I try to do an exchange with you,
Oh, okay.
your school will pop up.
Okay. So I got a young guy doing all that. See you Good Friday.
See you, Richie. Hey, have you on your way to get the keys? Okay, get the keys and then they land Southwest Airlines. They land at, huh?
Basically what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I gave you the stuff. All right, you're in charge, bro.
Is when we
right,
know
yeah.
when we're reaching now, it's the same as inside zone. It's the technique that really changes the most. And if we recognize the fact that the strong safety, we can't handle support, we'll come up with ways to help us block the force work. Joel started out by saying we could boss them. We could stalk them, we could boss them, we could create stretch. But the difference of the whole play to me is this, is our landmark.
How far away are you?
We're gonna step deeper and wider to make sure we cover the pocket.
Okay, we're meeting Dana at Borgata.
If he's covered, he's in reach.
8 o'clock.
When these two are working together, we call it a deuce. When these two are working
No,
together,
you're
we
gonna
call
come
it an eight.
pick
So we
me
gotta
up.
keep
I'm gonna be done at
What we
6.
said on inside
You're gonna
zone
pick me up at Bally.
We had a mismatch with the nose guard in the center.
Is Sammy with you?
That we could bump them, but we don't allow any bumping because we'll cut. We'll full cut. We'll cut the back.
All right. So you guys have a few cocktails and then
on the stretch.
about 6 o'clock when I'm done, I'll call you and then meet you up.
When I first started running stretch,
Yes.
we
Yeah.
struggled.
6:30. Okay.
There's a big correlation.
All right, buddy.
between what you're
All right, see ya.
playing with and what I was playing with there. So that's the first thing we started doing was we pulled the uncovered lineman to the front side. We just one-man stretch. If we couldn't get the edge covered, when we had that, my guards were slow because I had road carry guards. I had athletic. Well, I just pulled him to get him on the perimeter. and I went with the reach block here instead of the down block, because I really didn't want to pull a guard, I wanted to pull my tackle. That's how I started out, because we were not very good at setting the edge to get the stretch play going. So when I had my tackle, you know, if I had a tackle that could set the edge and reach it, by zoning, not crossing over, getting up the middle, and pushing his hips and getting leverage, I felt a lot better about us trying to stretch with a full zone scheme. I'm like Noel, the fact, I love to put the ball on the perimeter because, to me, the more I put the ball on the perimeter, the more I'm making those four guys run right there. And the more I make them run, if we're in good shape and we're playing fast, I'm going to get those guys tired. That's why I like the keys and the stretches and all that stuff that goes with it. It's part of the wear down process when we're in the third quarter and they're stuck in there and we're ready to roll. The screens, the keys.
I had my phone conversation on this.
So, yeah, you had your whole conversation on the thing. I need that thing.
Here.
We don't have.
Here.
So, what we'll do with the stretches, I'm going to come up with whatever way best fits our personnel. And I can tell you, when I built my linemen as road graders at the A gap, and our tackles being the athletes, I started out trying to pull the guards, and it didn't work. So then I got into pulling the tackles, and my stretch really started to take off much, much better for me. So we teach the technique on the pull. We taught the uncovered lineman to pull. So if we had the bubble here, it's going to be a guard pull. But most of the teams we were playing at that time were covering the guards, so we had a lot of that. We put the Y in to stretch the thing, make it an 8-man front. We had that, so I'd get the down block, and I would just pull him for the perimeter, and we would stretch the football. We'd get in the foot race. And we'd try to ace it over and get everybody up on gaps. So I just put one extra big body out on the stretch. The other way we try to handle stretch, again, we can give different blocks out here. We want to stock block it. We want to know we can reach the end, but what starts to happen is they widen that end on me. And as soon as they start widening that end, my tackle's at a severe disadvantage. What we go to is what I call the W play, or I think Noel we call it lead in the book. Here's how we taught lead, and I think this is a really important play because it's an outside zone, but it's not a stretch. Okay? Here's how we taught it. We taught it as the W, because we were going to block W. We could call it whatever you want to call it. We could call it 15W. We could call it 95. I don't know how it would fit into your block number scheme. But we tagged the word W in it because we are going to block that player with that player there. So here's what happens in this scheme right here. Okay. The big thing happens is we're a zone team, so we want to be able to zone stretch them. We always had the fullback announce where the W was. We had a call for that. We said, Army, he's inside in the trenches, and Navy, he's outside. And here's what that meant to the lineman, okay? When he was outside, and we knew we had W, okay, we know we got the W play on, so he announces, hey, W's outside. We're bringing the line with us on the zone scheme, so now we're stretching. We know on stretch we can't rub. We're coming through, we're cutting off the backside, okay? So Navy told us, hey, I'm going outside, you guys need to come with me, out to sea, okay? When they slid the defense, because I could get them in, let's say they bumped the defense now to the two receiver side, and the will is in the box, and they play the weak safety back, okay? We get that type of look. Now he's in the box. Well, now I know the fullback's going to enter into the box. So he would say, Army. And what that told my lineman now is, hey, I can rub that back. Okay? I'm going in the box, so everybody else with an uncovered lineman starts to block back. And I don't need to full zone it anymore. So we would call it the W play because he's going to announce whether it's Army or Navy. If it's Navy, outside, we're going to stretch it. If he's inside, it turns into an old-fashioned ISO lead play. Now, it can change, as we know, and if that changes, he's going to make contact, and he'll adjust on the fly, and he'll still stick his hat on the W. Good. That play will hurt you. That's a really good play for you guys to have in your arsenal to cover down on the linemen.
So we can go through the different looks, because I think you need to understand all parts of it. When we get into the 50 defense, okay, man, hey, what time are we getting together?
8 o'clock.
Okay. Okay, we changed the defense. Okay? We've got a 50 now. Okay? That's a Navy, correct? So now we know, hey, I'm going out to sea. We're bringing everybody with us. Boom. We got everybody sealed off. On the out. So it's stretch. This play is a W play. It's to the short side, away from the two receivers. See you guys. This play will help you a lot. We used to have a trouble. Here's what used to happen. If we zone that and they have a shade, let's say they put an underlook to it and they shade the nose guard weak. Okay? What used to happen there was, and they could play it back. They could play him back there, and he becomes a W. We'd see that a lot. Okay? We're thinking we're trying to stretch the football. W's inside. Well, why do I want to waste everybody and turn one loose? What I really want to do there is I want to get I'm big on trying to whack the A gap. So right there, if I'm going inside, why do I need him coming over and zone leading it? You know what I mean? I want to run the old-fashioned ISO play, stick it back in there, and make them like it. The backside on, whenever we get an Army call, on the backside it's fan 1, fan 2. So here we look at the odd defense. There's 1, there's 2. We're fanning 1 because we're comboing back to the backside linebacker. I call that a Fred block, front side combo. They're fan 1, fan 2. He knows this. When I'm in Army, the only thing that can hurt me is if they try to rock inside. You with me on that? So how do we stop that play? Because that can hurt me on a couple plays. Here's what we teach. I'm gonna go backwards for 1 second to get back to that. Okay, we're always worried about that move there, especially if I get a rub call on the inside zone. Okay, because we're under in here. We get a 3 technique. They're working the stack, right? Now we get in a situation, and you guys will see it more than he'll ever see it. We got a mismatch right here. Okay, so the first thing we told you, here's what I teach my linemen. That guy right there is not smart. They're usually not very smart. So we start out with a 3-foot split. But we know we're running a play that's going inside zone or the lead with an Army call, okay? So we tell him, as the game goes on and you know you're getting all 5 technique, start to stretch him. 4 inches at a time. Widen your split. Don't let him know you're doing it obvious. Let's get a little wider. And keep getting them down. We're going to widen the gap by alignment. That's number 1. Number 2 is on inside zone. And I'll take you back as we go. I'm rubbing. I know when I come off on that mic, my butt's going to be turned that way. You with me? Because I gave you help. I did not turn that shoulder in. And when I come back to the linebacker, I'm going to be at this type of angle at him. Okay? So we know here, the only thing that can hurt me is if he's rubbing, I can't let anybody inside. So here's what we do. We cheat the steps. We have a good split. We take a quick with our right foot. And then we are going to attack that inside number. And we're going to do what we call capture, heavy head in the inside to not let that guy over the top. Because this block right here is not important. Just like it's not on the lead play, on the 14. If we build a wall, I win. Once I build the wall, I want to waddle him and move him for width. But I want to establish the fact that he's captured. The same thing's going to happen on that backer. When I come off that combo, I'm going to have my head inside just because of the way the flow of the defense comes. Back comes, he's the B-gap player. I want to pin his inside shoulder. Okay? So now I gave help here. Hopefully we displaced the A-gap, and I got my butt that way too. All our butts are looking like that. Now if we displace the A-gap and we get movement that way, we're attacking that technique, coming right at it, and then sliding back to where it really breaks right where he was in the beginning because he gets displaced. it looks like a bigger cutback than it is because of the movement of the defense. Okay? The play can't take off and we do this. So here's how that fit into the lead. We go back to W. I'm just going to put the W over here. Okay? We've got a Navy call. He's outside. If he rocks inside now, we know we're covered. I'm gap protected with the zone. He told me Navy, bring it to me. But when he says Army, and the defense is reduced in, okay? Now he knows the same thing as he knew on inside zone. The only thing that can hurt the play is to let the guy inside. So when he said Army, everybody's going inside. I'm the uncovered lineman. I'm going inside. That's Fred. We front side combo. Fan 1, fan 2. The only thing that can hurt us is if I let that guy inside. So I'll quick jab with my left foot, and I'm gonna capture that end. And I also know before the play, I already know if it's Army or Navy if I'm coaching them right? So I say it's fucking hard. I'm gonna keep moving out. I'm gonna stretch them a little bit by alignment. I'm gonna create another 1.5 foot gap in there, half a foot gap, just a bigger way to hit it in there. So we get the true combo. Now we know this on a Fred block. We want to rock the A gap player, and both guys are looking at the backer. A lot of times you get a run underneath, so that center's got to be he's got to be aware of what's going on. You know, it depends how they're playing it on the backside. If we had the 3 technique and the 5, here's what I teach on this play. We got the W play, okay? We got an Army call. He's inside. The weak safety's back. We got drive. Now the combo's on the backside here, okay? Well, we tell the running back, listen, he's got Army. I can take the tailback and jam everybody in there. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in 2 gaps. So I tell the tailback in the pre-snap read is, look, the bubble, anytime we have Army, find the bubble. Right? Find the bubble. The bubble's right here, there. The bubble's backside there. I've got fan 1, fan 2, and I got a combo. He's coming over the trop with full flow. That play bends back. You got a huge football play. I always say, why are you going to jam your head into concrete and put that in there too? Because you know what's going to happen. He's really the A-gap player. We look at the contour of the defense. This guy right here, even though he's lined up there, is the A-gap player. Everybody agree with that? You know what I mean? All right, we get this. When we're going to run Army leads on 14 and 15, okay, what we're saying is find the bubble. And I'm just telling you, as he sets here, as the fullback comes, he's going to fill. Happens every time. If he fills, and then they can play games. They can squeeze him off too. We know that. All right? But I'm not going to jam a nail into concrete. That guy coming downhill always creates a stalemate to me in that gap. It happens every time I've run this play. So, and people they start jumping up and down. My deal is this. I know there's a bubble, and I know there's a bubble. I'm going to try to get in the bubble as hard as I can to get in the bubbles. And I know if I got 2 on the backside, I got a chance to pop the backside bubble. If again, move the A gap. Okay? But the stretch play out of this play works really good. So we go to the boundary with the stretch. We're in 2-by-1. Even if they have the safety down now, okay? Navy, we're out. And here's what the back's reading. Even though it's an outside Navy, the back reads the tail, the butt bone of that tackle. Okay? This is a pet peeve of mine. So many times I've heard people coach the running back, read the hat of the defensive guy. It's high school. I think that's hard as crap. I really do. But I know this. If I can teach them hips outside, I'm outside. Hips inside, I'm inside. I get a feel for where that ball's supposed to go. So I'm fighting for zone reach. Guess what? He overcomes me. Well, guess what I teach him now? If I can't reach him, I capture his ass. I'm going to create movement. I'm going to start reaching you. I can't, I'm going to pin you. And I'm going to put my butt in the hole. butt inside, back inside. But it's all because of the way that guy stretches me. Okay? So here we go. We told you no rubs. He's on a course to get his backer. He's there. He's got the under on the backside. He's got Navy. He's out to sea. He's out there. And the back gets the ball, and he's reading the tackle's block. If the tackle hooks him on the stretch, we take it to the perimeter. If the tackle can't, and he's got his hook, and then he captures, by stretching the defense and then knifing the ball up the field, you get huge plays. You get big plays that way. So it all fits. That's how we came up with Army and Navy. Because our linemen used to be confused where the back was hitting. So we just had the back announce to us, hey, I'm going outside, I'm going inside. I know it's a boss basically, it's a lead play for you. I'm going to tell you where I'm going, you got everybody else. So once they announced I got him, the line had everybody else. When they announced we had him, the line had everybody else. Make sense? And that was a really big thing for us. I know it seems like a little thing, but I could never, when I first learned lead plays, I always thought old-fashioned ISO. Our rule was drive, combo, fan. And it'd be fan versus a 4-4. Okay, so we'd start out with the old rule. So I always looked at leads as ISO. But guess what? That guy was blowing me up because I was standing in the back through the middle. And I didn't handle him, and I didn't have a way to handle him. So now we said, okay, you want to play cover 3 down, I want to run stretch. This lead back's got that guy no matter where he is. And I can bring the line with me, or I can go inside and push the line away from me. That's basically how we set up the stretch. This will be a really good play. You know, this will be a really good play. You know, all plays are borrowed. And I've learned a lot of things. I first learned this play from Tulsa. And what Tulsa did is, he even hesitated this back on his entry. He read that. They said, act like you got the ball. So even though he'd say Navy, okay, he's got the outside defender, he would base his entry on the Navy depending on what that tackle did. So if he got stretch, and I had hips inside, he would stretch after a hesitation. He would come inside and take the Navy out. Even though he was coming over for the next one and everybody was coming, his entry was delayed based on the tackle's block. And it never ever became a conflict. I thought it would, but it didn't. And you teach that back to act like he's got the ball too, like the fullback's got the ball. So, we can have any type of look you want. His entry, though, was based on that. So if we hooked, he hesitated, then boom, hips outside, I'm outside. Boom. Get to the party. And it really worked good for me. That was a really good play we ran. But the weak side lead is a really important play for you guys, I think, to get it going. And I'm big with Noel on, I'm a big boss guy. Because if you guys heard the first thing I talked about yesterday, and you heard Noel talk about it, I've heard him talk about it today more than I've ever heard him talk about it. It was awesome. Because it's all in how you verbalize what you're thinking. I think he does a really good job at that. And basically, controlling these guys. How do we control those guys? When you put a run game together, that's what you're in charge of. We can stock block him. Right? He can stock block him. Right? We can crack block. So you got stock, crack. Okay, the next thing you can do to him, to me, you can boss him, put the lead back on him, back on support. Right? Then you can screen him. That's how I'm going to control that guy. Then I got to control this guy. How can I control him? I can trap him. Right? I can read them. Okay? I can load them like on power. Load the fullback on them. Okay, back over here, how do I control the backside guy? I can slip them. Right? I can naked him. Okay? I can set and I can cut him like on draw or screen. Okay, I'm going to mix up how I'm treating him. Okay, and how can I control him? Well, I can key him. I can use him as a pitch key.
right? I can cruise them when I'm letting the guy go inside and coming back out for the safety. And then I got any other screen, and I got Comet. I think Comet goes on both sides. So you have ways that you know controlling the defense. When you control the edge of the defense, what's the next thing we do? Well, here's what I always said. If this guy right here was a beast, the first 3 plays of the game he's going to get 3 different blocking assignments. I was going to make that guy have to think under pressure. I'm going to control the best player, letting him know, you might be good, we're going to line up and knock it at you, however we do it. So I'm telling you now, if the guy's a really good player, we've been a zone read key team forever, my first play is going to be slip. I'm going to trap the snot willy out of him. I'm going to come back and put my ears back and whack him. And then the next play, I might come back and throw a screen, because here's the next thing I'm going to do to these guys. I'm going to run them sideline to sideline. If they're better than me, I'm going to wear them out with screens and giant and lead. I'm going to put the ball on the perimeter of the defense as much as I can to make them get tired, because we should be good at that. So even if whatever kind of screen it is, rocket, laser, fast screens, key screens, whatever we want to do, I'm going to screen that guy to keep his head on a swivel, and then I'll load him. I'll just ISO him, wrap for him, and give the power play. But we're going to control those guys that ways right there. And you got to think about that when you're developing your run game. How am I going to control the edge of the defense? And how am I going to control their best player? If they're playing a lot of games inside, we're going to stretch them. And we're going to screen them. We're going to get them. If you come out and they're doing that and you're screening them, fast screen them, guess what? They get tired of looping the wrong way. They're babies about it. You know what I mean? And we're going to make them, after they loop the wrong way, chase the football. Chase the football. Some of the best game plans I've ever seen when teams were totally outmatched was putting the ball, they would cut the D-line in this spot and then screen it, and all them guys had to get up and chase the football. Just changing tempo on them, because they were great pass rushers and going against a passing team. So you have to change their tempo and get their pad level up. Same thing we do in the run game. The way this all started is really interesting to me. The way it started to me, we used to run inside zone. And if you remember a play called Sync, this is how people used to run the zone read option. That guy would get in sync relationship and pitch him. Well, you don't need sync anymore because you got keys and they're better. Keys get the ball out here a lot quicker. Now we do that, and he does that, and the ball is another 8 feet wider on the defense, stretching the defense and making everybody have to haul butt. Right? So we don't need sync. So we just have different ways to change it up on them now. Without sync, we got keys, and then we have the zone read option stuff that we talked. Did I talk to you guys about the cruise? Did you guys talk about that with me at all?
No.
Okay. Do you have a running quarterback or throwing quarterback?
More of a thrower.
Okay. People that have a running quarterback, and you'll see Noel add some of this stuff to his offense now, is to run zone read option. And you need to know why. I'm going to give you this, and then we'll get off this subject. With the zone read option stuff, you have to have what I call a cruise player. Okay? And the cruise player is important. Okay, because what he does is sets the perimeter of the defense. So he's going to go zone. We got, all right? That's zone even, Zorro even. Okay? Now, if we're going to run option football, we would call it Rhino. That equals the same thing to the offensive line. Rhino is zone right, orbit left. Basically, that's how I came up with it. So he's going to come this way for pitch. Okay, the first eligible guy to the Rhino side comes back for pitch. So if I was in slot, he'd be out here. He's got pitch. Everybody with that? So the reason that's important is we're going to go to the next part of this. My background is no huddle wishbone. I won a national championship with that. Well, you arc, you load, and you cruise out here. Okay? So what he does is he sets a 3/4 motion, 3/4 speed looking at that backer. If he freezes or nibbles, we're back into the perimeter, taking the top off the coverage, taking the alley player out. So he's going backer to alley. on a cruise. Okay? You cannot be successful as you want without a cruise player an option. Now, why do I say this is an important play? It reduces your sacks. Okay? And reducing sacks is what it's all about. Because if we can sit back there and sling it, because we make them play dive, quarterback, pitch to everything we do, their assignment football on defense, now they have to think instead of just bringing the crap against you and having no answers. So I think zone read option is as important as zone read key. Depends what kind of trigger guy you got here. But if he's not the greatest runner, if you do this 2 times to the right and 2 times to the left during the game, you've done all you need to do. Our sacks at Mississippi College, we had 6 on the whole season. We threw the ball over 30 times a game. And it's directly correlated to running option football. Okay? So I'm going to go back through the cruise, and I want you guys to get this before you go, and we can wrap up, and I can answer any protection questions before you guys go. Here's the part about this. The quarterback knows when we call Rhino and Leo, okay, I've got to have a cruise. Without a cruise, I can't run the play. So how does that affect me? Okay, we start here. Can I run Leo? Leo would mean zone left. Do I have a cruise player? Yes. Okay. So out of that formation, out of green, Leo's good. Okay, can I run Rhino? I can't, right? Because I don't have a pitch player. So how do I run Rhino? So if I want to go Rhino, I need to go Z quick. Right? Bring him in. Now he can cruise. Okay? And now I can go Rhino. I got all the answers to the pie. So it goes back to what Noel said in the beginning. Change the appearance. Don't change the assignments, right? He's big on making it look like different stuff, but it's always the same stuff. So how do we start to get advantages in this? We'll start changing. This is what I did for 6 straight weeks. I came out with a different backfield set than they ever saw every week. Because you can go through and watch. Let's go with black. Black was stack left, slot right. Okay? Okay? I go Rhino. Can I do it? Yeah, because my cruise player's right here. He becomes motion. Okay? Then we change it. This is really interesting how this all fits, because I was watching today when Noel was going Z-Ghost. It fit right into the cruise. He's going to have cruise in the spring because of the kid from New Jersey. Okay, so we changed the formation. The next week I came out in this. Okay? Can I go Rhino? The answer is no, but I can go Leo, right? I can enter the back here. Pitch, cruise. See how it all fits? And when you get that stuff going, you really got it going on, guys. And so then, how did I change it? Here's what you save for the big kahuna. Okay? You've gone through every formation you can get Rhino and Leo out. You've worked out through all your 2-back stuff. And then you motioned, and and then when I did it all to the right, I just moved my slot guy over, and I did it from the left. Okay? So it ended up being blue. So here's what happened. Eventually, what you guys are going to start seeing a lot of is the 3 technique is over the back. You guys seeing that now? So I've got to have a game plan against the good. I can beat a lot of teams even though they're doing that. There's 2 things that we do. We can tip. We can move the back, start them here, set the 3, move them over right before the snap, and then snap the ball. We'll do that on protections, and we'll do that in the run game. That's one good answer to setting the 3 over the back. Because again, if they start sliding and bumping, we change those linebackers trying to adjust and making them think on the run. Okay? The second thing is, we practice every one of these things. I get in quick. I get that one in quick. Then I get this one in quick. Then I get this one in. Then I move them over here and I get that one in. You know, I move the backs every way I can. black. I just go black, green, gold, red, whatever. Okay, I just change the colors. In the last week against the very best team, I'm just going to come out with the pistol, and this is what it does for you. It'll be check with me though. Here's what we're gonna do. We want the back to dive at the one technique. Because if he comes here, we get the wash. I've got a nice easy cut right up the field. So that means I would have gone Leo right there. He's really going there. That's bringing this motion behind it and cruising. But I take the 3 technique. They practice all week setting the 3 technique over the back, and then you don't give them any for one game. You can come out in the offset, and you can come out in the true pistol and change it up. But that gives you a huge advantage versus the big opponent with a 4-man front, because they're going to try to set that 3 over the back as much as they can. So start practicing bringing them over and pistoling them and getting them ready for different things. Now here's how we set in the pistol for the run game. We were a little different because I've seen so many people, but I'm going to tell you why we do what we do. He can barely touch that center's ass, the quarterback's ass when he gets in the stance. A lot of what I do in the run game, I want things to end up looking like this. Let me show you. If I go F quick, when he snaps the ball, I want all 3 guys stacked there a lot of times. As close as I can get to being perfect. So the ball's hidden. Because sometimes I'll go F quick and give him the ball, right? And then I'll dive the back opposite. Okay? So when I'm thinking about, even when I'm in zone run, watch this. Okay? Zone, orbit, okay? When he touches that ball, I want to see all 3 of them guys pretty close to the same. It stays that way all the time. For your timing person, that's what you're trying to work out. Because they do lose the football. Then you can let them go certain, like we let them come here, you saw Noel do F quick and then screen them. He had the timing down to it. He knew what he was trying to do with the screen game. So same thing we're trying to do with the run game, hide the football. Okay, we were going back, so we're in the pistol, and we're just going to change, we're going to attack. Here's what we want to do. In our perfect world, running the football, I want to run it with the 1 technique. I wish they had a 1 technique over the back as much as I can, because I can road grade that out and get that cut I want. They start to put the 3 technique over you, it gets harder. Okay? It gets harder for the back to make his cuts. They put our lesser, stronger player in high school, our center right there. Hopefully you guys got a better one than that. But they're going to force me to do something. They're putting me in conflict with that, right? What Noel would talk about. That's where we rub and help ourselves. But I'm telling you now, I'm going to try to create 2 double teams at the point of attack by saying the rub. Or I'm bump. You can use either word. And then I get the undercall, so I get a double team here, double team there. I should get push, hopefully to get my cutback going on the inside zone.
You worry about all the fire zone when you rub, that he's not going to be in position.
The biggest thing that we have to teach from the very beginning is spiking that guy right there. So here's what we do. Now, they're going to make me run into a 3. You get that going, right? Okay? So what we teach our center from the day 1 when we're running zone into the open end side, and we got the guard and tackle covered, he'll make a triple call. Because originally I count that 0, 1, 2, right? But I'm telling you now, they'll spike that all over the place. They can bring him there, and him there, right? They do a lot of action off the backside. So what we try to do by saying triple, it's a fuzz, full zone for everybody. It's a push it. We got gaps now. So when they spike and come over the top, we stayed in our cylinders and we worked up. It's an automatic triple when the guard and tackle are covered to the backside. We make them think full zone. I don't want you thinking 0 now. I want you saying, I got A gap, I got B gap, I got C gap. It takes the pressure off the line. Because we're going to get a lot of that spike. You guys are going to see a lot of that. Squeeze and scrape, right? That's the number 1 thing they do to the backside over the back. Number 1 thing they do to the backside over the back is this. Squeeze, squeeze, scrape. Boom. That's what they want to do. That's why, to me, I always set the back and then I'll bring them over and then I'll call the play. I'm gonna break up what they wanna do, setting the 3 technique over the back. I'm not gonna let them do it. So we just say, tip them mad, tip them. They just know to move over and get on the other side. The lead play, we'll have some cut-ups of the lead play put on. I'll add that this week sometime with Nate. And do you guys have any questions with protections? Okay, let's just.
You tip it back, and the quarterback gives different direction, close to the line.
No, we already said it in the huddle. We already said it up front. We told them. It's 0 odd tip. The line doesn't care what the back is. We just cared it was 0 odd. We just tell him the back tip. He'll just tell him tip. He knows line up, ready. Then he tips. So go, and then he knows where he's going. Not a big deal. It's the smallest. It doesn't affect the line at all. They already know it's 0 odds, 0 even. When you're getting that during the game, you need to pull that out of your arsenal and give them that. Let me help you with protections real quick, because I really like what Noel does. I'm going to tell you, and I've been around a lot of guys. I've had guys that think they're the smartest guy in the room, and the kids don't get it, and they can't play fast. Okay? The beauty of this is we can play fast. And the protections come down to this. And you got to start simple in your mind if it seems like a lot right now. Okay? Ram line is our 2x2 protection. Okay? And it's dual to back. Okay? That's how I think about it. So look, I'm here. I'm going to send the line left. The line's got 4 bigs in the will. The back's got the Mike and the Sam. As simple as pie in the beginning. I'm going to just tell you. Don't think about anything else except it's dual to back. Then when we go, what?
The question that I have is that I'm from, and when I played in college, it was a man side and a slide side.
Sure.
Okay. And I know that.
Okay, it's man side, slide. Let me interfere and help you. The slide starts with who? First uncovered lineman, right? Okay. It's the same thing you're doing here. That's what Lion is, okay? It's the same exact thing, okay? The slide starts with the uncovered lineman, so it's slide left. What we say is Lion, because we'd rather tell the 4 linemen which way to go, and then the one guy figure out I'm the dual reader. That help you a little bit thinking about it that way? Okay, so, look, we got 4 bigs in the will, because the back has got the Mike and the Sam. The slide started with the first uncovered lineman. Same thing you've been thinking. If this guy was over here, who'd the slide start with? Started with him. 4 bigs in the will. Okay? So we only do that out of 2x2. Okay? So then how do we change it? This is just a little different, but it's not a lot different, okay? Now we go Ron Lou. Okay? Here's where Ron Lou comes in. Okay. Only in 3x1. We're going to send the line to the right. Now, the Ram line for the offensive line was 4 bigs and the will linebacker. The back had the Mike and the Sam. When we go Ron Lou, we're just going to change that assignment. Okay? Only out of 3x1. Okay? So now it is dual the O-line. Okay? We're going to dual the O-line, and the running back has the will. So the dual is Mike to Sam right here. And the running back has the will. So, because here's what happens why do we go to trips? Because we're trying to displace the linebackers. You heard Noel talk about that, right? So they're going to slide to the trips. We bump the Sam out. Okay? So now the back has the will. And the line is we've got 3 for 4. You heard him say sort. We're sorting this out over here. Sort is 3 for 4, baby. And it's big on big. Where'd the slide start, Coach? With the uncovered lineman. Except here's the difference in the slide. He's got to dual read it. Okay? He's got to check. So he is the indicator. Let me show you how this all works out. He is the indicator. Okay. Now, I'm in sort over here. You with me over here? Okay. So I'm in sort. So normally in the NFL when I first played, everybody took it firm and then he mollied. We don't do that. Because you don't have to. You're vertical setting now. There's no need to molly anymore. The beauty of the vertical set is this, Coach. We stay in our cylinder. Gaps get taken away from the twist. Okay, if all three of these guys know when to sort, he's the indicator. So as I'm vertical setting and getting away, I'm looking at the indicator. If he freezes or gets depth, my eyes go outside right now. So I turn to the SAM. So if the SAM's hot, what are these two guys going to do? They're going to spike. So my eyes go outside. My eyes go outside. My eyes go outside. Because the indicator did not come. You with me? That's what dual read is of a line. You don't have to molly them. Okay? You're getting depth. You're getting away from it. And there's a presentation on there about vertical set. Have you seen that yet? When you have questions, you call me. Because in the beginning, it's all about how you drill it and get it going. It'll help you. Because here's what happens that I know. Here's how we used to solve this. Okay. I've had, first thing that happened, you're a molly team. Okay? Who's in conflict right now? That guy's in conflict. He's mollying, right? So, that's a lot of gap for them two guards to cover, isn't it? That's a bitch. I used to screw that up all the time as a coach. Well, now guess what? Now I keep a vertical set, and I keep pocket integrity. Okay? I keep my vertical drift. I cover his feet. I cover back because I'm over here to this side. He's got him covered all the way up. I'm giving this guy a hand as I'm vertical setting, but I'm moving my cylinders to the right. Okay? I'm covering up feet. Okay? Now if they run a twist, guess what? He didn't come, or if he did come and they did this, I'm in position to pick it off because I kept pocket integrity. That's the beauty of this. In the beginning, your only problem is going to be, am I firm enough right there? Am I getting too deep? And you'll tighten it up as time goes, but depth is your friend in the beginning. But then you got to bulldog them up to holding ground. So when we first start practicing it, we're on this line of scrimmage. I have a triangle that I always build at 3.5 yards. I put it in the ground, and I get them back to the triangle. All positions back. I want them to understand that this is the red zone. We're trying to keep them out of here. Okay? So we got to get firm right in there. That's how we started. So we put the triangle in the beginning. I put it at 4 yards. I will move it up to 3.5 before the end of camp. Trying to get them to be firm in there. Okay? But I know this. No red light alerts because big old gaps are in there. The second thing that used to happen without vertical sets was, to me anyways, these are things I've always battled. With a molly team, you know they're going to middle twist you, okay? So you start getting squeeze and scrape. Simple one right there, right? That is like slow motion picture now. That will never ever again sack the quarterback. Ever. Indicator came. My eyes go there because he went outside. Indicator came. My eyes go outside. I kept a pocket integrity. I kept the hand up. Boom, here comes my party. I kept my hand up. Here's my party. I pick it all off. Okay, we changed the blitz. Let's say it's an underlook. Okay, now you're going to get a cuff. Okay? We good with that? Okay, there's obviously somebody capped on the backside, right? So, I'm setting. Now, he's the dual reader because he's uncovered, right? He's still the indicator. If the indicator comes, we've got inside out first. That guy gets turned loose. We always turn the widest guy loose when we turn one loose. Okay? If the indicator comes, we got the freaking indicator. Don't get your eyes off anybody that ain't yours. Yeah, you'd love to help out over here, tackle, but guess what? Your guy's squeezed. You're riding the squeeze. He bumps you because his guy now came outside. Your vertical depth helped you. And you squeezed it off. Without big rushing lanes. And we bang in the bodies in there. Good things happen. He comes inside. We're squeezing it.
we cut it off. Okay? That's why we don't molly anymore. You know? A molly's a pretty athletic protection now. Because as you start your molly, you're looking back at the edge and back to the middle, trying to hold ground, and there's a lot of stuff going on there instead of just holding ground and using your eyes to help you. We all squeeze back, boom, and we bump. So how do we practice in the beginning? You practice getting 5 yards. Right? We're on 5-yard lines. I've got some kind of indicator where 4 is in the beginning, and we vertical set. Okay? Then we vertical set to the left, then we vertical set to the right. Left, 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 right, right, right. I'm trying to set the fact that just like a punt pro, that there's a pocket integrity to the set in the beginning. Because this is the number one way we gave out sacks at the University of Rhode Island. Kick, drag, kick, drag, kick, drag. Boop! Guy would whoop my ass inside. My guard was a firm setter. That's how we wanted to teach it. We firm set. Well, that freak is on an island right now. We're screwed. Unless I got a better athlete than that end. Okay? So now what happens on the same move with a vertical set? This is why I like this now. Hold space, hold space. Guy makes the same move. 1, 2, he plants and comes under. Guess who's right next to him right now in his pocket, because we kept pocket integrity. Comes right into it. And it's like slow motion, Coach. If we had a walkthrough, you'd be amazed what that looks like for you as a lineman. How easier that is. I've played them both. I've done every which way I've just showed you. I've done as a player and as a coach. And this is by far the best answer I've ever seen. Not even close to me. Because what happens is the twist will never sack you again. It just doesn't get to you anymore. The only time we change the protections, we got to go over this one thought, and I'll let you guys get out of here. I know you're probably dying to go. Okay, we got to walk up in the A gap. We'll squeeze it. Okay, and now the back, we'll make a squeeze call, and he's got the end. Okay. If he walked up in the B gap, we'll let the back get to him. Walk up in the A gap, we'll squeeze it. So it really turns into Lobo when you really look at it, right? Everybody squeezing down.
Even out of the gun, Coach, you feel like you got to squeeze it?
I do. No.
We always would, but in the gun.
I still feel like we're at a distinct disadvantage. And usually, that's a pretty fucking tough guy right there, and this guy's not the biggest of engines. Not that he's not brave, he's just, I don't want to get run over. And I've seen him get through there. If he hesitates at all, we're screwed. So why not just squeeze it and go cut the end one time just to change it up? It's a nice change up. You won't make a living at it. First time you get it out, they quit doing it. You know? Last thing I'll tell you in protections is this. You'll start to see double eagle. If we're going back to 50 defenses, and I'm telling you now, the state of Texas is ahead of everybody with the spread. They've been running it longer than anybody in high school. As a mass conglomerate, not just 1, 2 teams here and there. As a mass conglomerate, Texas has been doing this a long time. And you're going to see more 50 than ever. So start planning for a 50. Be ahead of your opponents because it'll help you. But I'm telling you now, is the thing about this protection is you've got to anchor down. It's not the twist. You'll get so good at twist because, I'll post blitz cards for you guys. Can you guys email me and remind me I'm going to give you blitz cards? I'll give you my email right now. Someone would write it down. It's jack.peavey, Peavey, at okbu.edu. Okay? And here's what, Coach, and this is what we do. The drill tape's up. Have you seen the drill tape yet? The new one I put up?
Was that the one when you guys started out on the line?
Yeah, I saw it. There's a new one up that says, this is the problem, this is how you fix it. You send me the thing, I'll make sure you get it. I'll deliver it to you via huddle. All right, but here's what we do. So we start with, it shows you a whole progression how to take your lineman through the off season to get them pass blocking. It's really good. All right? But then I'll give you a blitz card. So if you took 15 minutes a day in the off season, no longer, and Mondays I say I want the 1s and 2s, and on Tuesdays I want the 2s and I want the 3s and 4s. Or my freshmen, however you fill in that many teams, okay? Because you need one to be on defense, one to be on offense. And you just start walking through it right now. You will be amazed. You'll learn, and they'll learn. And for you, it's invaluable because you start to really see what they're seeing, how slow this thing unfolds in front of them, and you have all the answers how to slide the protection. It'll help you. I'm telling you, 15 minutes a day, once with the starters and once with the backups. You will get so much done, you will never regret that. Now, if you do it after school when they're lifting, then you have the drills that you can add into it. Mirror dodge is the one I would do the most. There's 3 versions of mirror dodge on my thing. One, just me and the defender. I'm just staying lateral, trying to stay up with them, stay in the middle of them. The longer the drill goes, the more the guy starts to catch up. In the beginning, he can't shake very good. Then the next one is, we build it from depth. The defender's here, the O-line's in front of him, but my cones are back here where I'm going to end up. I kind of got him boxed in about 4 yards up. And he's going to start the mirror dodge. I'm going to cut him off, then he's going to come back, I'm going to cut him off, then he's going to come back, I'm going to cut him off, then he's going to come back, I'm going to cut him off. Just working back to my start point. It's on the tape. Then the next mirror dodge is my favorite one when we're in pads. We do that with our feet, then we do it with our hands involved. Then we go to this one. This is a great, do you guys have spring ball? Okay. 3.5 yards apart. I take the beanies, okay, on the skull caps, and I put one out 1 yard in front. Okay, the defender starts there, the O-lineman starts here. I tell that defender, I want you to touch, every time he touches over the line, he gets a point. And boy, you'll start to see him fight. When you add points to it, they don't want to freaking let him in there. So what we're trying to teach him now is cut him off, cover his feet, and get your hands out and hold ground. Then he always has to retreat. If he scores against Stone, he retreats to the orange cap, and then he's allowed to do whatever he wants. We got to stone him, and we try to throw him outside the cones all the time. You'll see him start cheating because they understand he's got to recoil a little deeper. You know what I mean? But I'm getting them to use their hands earlier because we're late with our hands a lot. And then being firm, I got to dig in not to let them cross that line. So it's a double-edged sword why that drill's so good for us. And there's an off-season version till you get in pads where it really will help you. Because good question, okay? Here's how we teach vertical set in the beginning. If you've never done this, I'm just telling you, right now in the off season is the way to teach it. Okay? And because you'll get more comfortable with it. Sorry about that, I don't know what Okay. The whole idea of this, let me start from the beginning because you asked, it's more involved than what you just asked, okay? Here's the idea of protection. The number 1 cause of sacks. Were you in the meeting last night?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, number 1 cause of sacks is we don't cover their feet up. I'm supposed to cover his feet up. And the saying goes toes over toes, nose inside of his nose. So my nose should be there, if that's the defender. I'm going to set according to the quarterback's depth. If we're throwing a 1-step, which is the old 3-step underneath, okay, I'm going to take 2 shuffles. I'm going to 2-set them. Okay? If I'm going to throw 3-step out of the gun, which is the old 5-step, then I'm going to take 4 shuffles. That's how I start to practice it. Now here's how we practice it. This is a really good question you're asking, okay? Here's what we teach them. Okay. My first step is my inside foot. That's the only part that's going to be different. Because once that foot puts on the ground, it's kick slide. Except it's just more straight back. To the 3, 4. Okay? And on 4, I always want my outside foot staggered back. I want to be over his toes, and I'm going to punch the snot out of him. Okay? If it's a quick throw, then I'm going to take him quicker. We're going to try to cover him up quicker, Coach. That's the whole idea of the quick set. So here's what we teach him on quick set. We'll step with the out. I want to cover him now. So I'm going to go 1, 2. In 2 steps, I'm going to cover him. 1, 2, cover them up, toes over toes. Firm, we're getting a little depth. I can't get too far outside my box, it's 2 steps, you know what I mean? But the whole idea is I'm going to cover up the defender as fast as I can in the quick game. All right, so how do we practice that? Don't practice it individually. Practice it as an offensive line. I got a great drill. You're going to need to see this. I wasn't going to plug in, but now you're going to make me plug. You want to see this? Huh?
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Now, on that quick set, is it outside, inside?
It is on that because we're going to cover them up fast. What happens is if we go the other way, now don't forget this, a lot of nose quick stuff is Rio Lobo anyways.
Right.
So you're turning anyway, we're gap protecting anyways. Wait, this is how I practice offensive line. This is as good a drill as I got. One of my biggest pet peeves when you watch me work is how many guys can I work in a drill and how many guys are getting good at the drill. It's just a huge thing. I'm usually by myself. I'm a small college coach for a long time. And how do I make everybody, because I can't coach them all in the field, but I know they all need to be loved on. So how do I make that happen? Take me 2 seconds here. Okay. I'm going to try to go through protection, see if I can get here. One of these I have them at the end, but I don't know which one it is, so you got to bear with me for a minute. Is it, maybe? Okay, this is the first part. You've seen that on the thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's time, Coach. All we got to look forward to is a 3-hour drive, so.
Where are you heading to?
North Jersey.
What school again?
Ramapo.
Oh, Ramapo, yeah. Shoot.
We're a good driver away from Louis Bass.
Okay, that was one of my finest jobs ever. What a shit job that was. Excuse my French. Golly, that was a bad job. I've taken 2 beauties, but the rest I've won at. Without those 2, some things you can't overcome. One was an AD that wasn't qualified, and the other one who took over for him liked their same species. It was a tough fit. Okay, this is just practicing. How do we judge the depth? We just practice between the lines, and I can tell at the end of the drill. So I can have an offensive line here, an offensive line here, an offensive line here, and I can see who's getting too deep. Because the thing they have to feel is they have to feel each other staying beside each other. Okay? So, this is how we do one-on-one pass pro. Okay, the old way was, all right, you 2 are up. But you know something? The other 4 fuckers ain't getting nothing out of that. So we set everybody on every pass rush. So they get more reps and more reps. So what will happen is the D-line coach says, you're live. The O-line never knows who's, I know, because I'm back here with him. I'm over here. Let's say he's live. Sorry about that. I thought I took that off. All right, so watch. Everybody will set. And this is why I love this drill. Boom. Left guard's live. Okay, but you know the old thing is, when one guy went, the D lineman had a 2-way go. Well, now when we hang pocket, they start to feel pocket integrity during the drill. So watch what happens here. We'll always throw a little chipper in there. Boom. See the center hold ground? Because it's unrealistic the other way. But my main point for me is everybody's setting, getting back, feeling pocket integrity. This is early in camp, so some of these will be a little sloppy, but I just like the way that guy there, if he put his hands on you. Sure. See, tackle step with their inside foot. Coming back. Why do we do that? This is a really important thing. I want to just show you something. Okay. As part of this, you need to understand this. I worked for Guy Morris. Guy was he's a really smart line guy. Played 10 years in the league when I met him. Okay? And here's the simple question, the $99 question. It always comes back to this. Who are the fastest guys on the field? These guys are the fastest guys on the field. Everybody agree? Okay? So do you ever see a DB doing this? He's the fastest freaking guy in the field. Why are they making the slowest guys in the field do that? Okay? Doesn't make sense. So then he says, Why do they do that? Why is the fastest guy doing that and we're doing this other crap? I didn't have a good answer. So he said, okay, Pete, we're in Punt Pro today. We both played center. He said, I want you to watch the DBs, they are on punt team, how they pass protect. They would use the same technique as up there. They would backpedal out, put a hand integrity to the inside, and cover up. So we had the fastest guys in the United States in the NFL using a fast technique, and then we had the biggest, slowest guys using a totally different technique. And it baffled them. So here's the whole premise to why we vertical set. Here's the line of scrimmage. The biggest pet peeve in the world is this. How many times have we seen the offensive tackle pick his foot up and put it down in the same dang spot? A lot. It happens at all levels. I mean, the best of the best pick them up and put them down in the same spot. So basically, we've given him a one-step head start on anything we do. Now I'm going to tell you this, when you vertical set, we'll gain 12 inches on our first step. I've already started to move my integrity of my pocket back, okay? And I'm going to beat him back. And we know this is an old saying in football. The longer I stay square, the deeper he's got to go to get to the quarterback. How many times have we heard that? A lot, right? And we have to know that our inside integrity is really important. He makes a move, we got to fork him with that inside hand. So the whole idea of the vertical set was, let's force him deeper up the field. Don't panic. And then when the strike point comes, and we all know what that is, that point where it's about to get the no return, boom, we put the miss in and we slap it on him. But we kept an integrity and a squareness to us and beat him because I gained 12 inches right there, and then I got another 12. I'm 24 inches deep right now, and on 2 steps the other way, I'm 15 inches deep. I'm 8 inches deep minimum on a speed rush guy that is a better athlete than me. That's why we do it. We match our athletics because here's what happens. The more I separate from the rush, the more I separate, the clearer the picture is. He shows they panic. When you first vertical set, and why do you vertical set? Because the twist shit I showed you earlier, this really answers a lot of the call, okay? So, let's just say we get that, okay? Whatever. These two have those two guys, that's all we're saying right now. Okay, when I get away from it, he shows his pad level earlier on his twist because there's nothing there. He actually starts to twist on air. Before, he used to try to pick my shoulder, right? Free that guy up, and we'd come back and jam him, and he'd grab us and wouldn't let us back. Guess what? They can't grab us in the twist anymore. That gets harder. So it all unfolds as we're getting depth, and we bang it off way better than ever. So how do you practice that? Here's how you practice it. It's the next phase of this thing right here, but here's what we do. I have a twist period every day. I'm retarded on that phone. There's 3 phases to the twist period. Okay? Here's what happens. We'll vertical set. Everybody say set, hut! They all get back. As soon as they touch the ground, I've already given the defense the twist. Okay, that's the twist this way. Set up, and when the offensive line puts their 4-step down, I blow the whistle. And then these guys run the twist, just like that. Like they were there. And I want them to look at it, so my guy goes that way, my job is to cover his feet, and your guy got the looper, you should bump me. You see how I'm doing it? In phase 1, it's slow motion. Okay? So the next thing, I'll say, okay, line it up again. Line up again. We're going to be a little quicker this time. Okay? And I'll say, hut! I'll blow the whistle when he's about halfway back. And I'll say, okay, live bullets this time. And I'll usually run a twist on both sides. I won't do it one side. So we'll both be working, TEs. Okay? So we're all getting back. And now I tell the protection, always, so it's Ron. So he knows he's going right, so he's part of the 3-man twist. He'll hold his ground. Everybody's got their points. And we're looking to bang it. There's 2 over 2 over here. Okay? And then the third time is just live go. Hit it on the whistle. We're getting back, boom, 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 and it all comes out. It's a great drill for the weight room, great drill for the summer, because you just break it down in parts. Don't give them all, you know, what's the rules in the summertime for you guys?
All bets are off for us in the summer.
Gosh, dog, you guys can get so far ahead.
Spring track drills.
Yeah.
Spring track and shot put drills.
Be great.
Great shot put.
But you start to just show them slow parts, so when you get to the fall, boy, you're way ahead. You're out of the sight. I'm telling you, this is the best thing I've learned in 10 years. You know? And then, of course, the screen game that comes off all this, and I could show you how all that came about, but it's really interesting to me. Everybody comes, you learn more by the stupidity things you do than the smart things you do. I was doing something one way, and then I go watch Ole Miss practice with Noel, and I'm like, gosh damn, we've been faking the sink off the backside. That was our whole big thing. We used to fake sink. We'd run inside zone with sink. Because everything when it first started was zone read option. And this guy would sink, and then when you disconnected, you played option with him. It's not a really good play. You know what I mean? But when I started to see it, I looked back at my old films after I figured out what Noel was doing, is if nobody's covering the flat defender and I got a high safety back here, why aren't I just throwing bubble? And I went back and looked at film, and holy crap, I could have been a real passing guru then. You know what I mean? They weren't covering it right, and we weren't making them cover right, and I felt really stupid, like I let down some people. We still won a lot of games, but I could have made it a lot easier looking back at some of that stuff, you know what I mean? So we were close with sync, but then you got another guy, and then I've learned another part of this that you guys are going to get film on eventually here from Noel is the play action pass off it. We call it zap. And zap's exciting because you run the zone read, one blocking rule, but you throw the ball a little bit down the field, not just the screen. So there's some things coming in the works here. Noel spring practice will help us get some of that on film, which should be really good. And a lot of good things are starting to happen. So you guys are ahead of the curve. If I remember Jersey, nobody was really winging it all the time, right? What are you guys seeing?
To win in our league, you still got to stop the run.
Yeah.
Stop the I formation.
Did you see were you in the meeting yesterday when I started 6 things to win in football games? Pretty interesting, isn't it? Defending the run is right in the top 5 out of the 6 offensive linemen are involved with, except defending the run. It's funny you start out, you got to defend the run.
We can't stop the run, we don't win.
In Massachusetts, I had to stop the run. I was the guy they had to learn how to stop the pass on. I was ahead of everybody up there at that time. You know, the thing that happened to me at William Patterson was really an interesting thing. Was I wasn't a Jersey guy, so it took me a while to figure out how to get assistant coaches, because you guys made more as assistants in high school, and we sucked for 100 years. So I wasn't having and I paid less money, so. We suck, and I'm going to give you less money. Come coach with me. That's not very good in Jersey. The first thing I learned in Jersey, I got to tell you a funny story. I moved to Clifton, and I'm going to put sod in my front yard. So I go to 2 of my linemen, Rutherford guy and a Lyndhurst guy. I say, I want you guys out. I'm going to pay you $10 an hour. You guys come, I'll put sod down in my house. It's an easy job. I said, it's already off the pallets. You got to just come and do this, okay? So the next day I come. I'm going to give them $10 an hour. 2 new guys are in my yard putting sod down. I'm like, what the hell happened? They paid them $5 an hour. 5 or 6. I had 2 guys I didn't know putting down sod. I was trying to help these kids, give them $10 an hour. They said, Coach, welcome to Jersey, man. I'm like, hey, baby, I hear you. So that was a funny thing that happened to me. I was like, you guys are funny, dude. Then I used to go, one of the kids we took out of Clifton, his daddy had a card house, I think they called it, or something. They all played cards in. That was funny. Coach, come over and see. I'm like, well, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I had a good time there. I would eventually got it going. I went right up in the high school and won all them state championships. But I just had to figure out how to get staff there. I couldn't even get an assistant that wanted to be there because they tortured us. They made my assistant be like the full-time grounds person for any event that was going on. Because I liked old Coach Albies, Jeff Albies, but he was a baseball first. Don't ever forget it. So my assistant had to be like the assistant supervisor of the baseball games. Well, he lost all his weekends. We already take so many weekends in football, so He got frustrated. It sucked. They didn't do anything right to really help. It still haven't really.
That's the thing, no one's ever, you know.
Miele came a little better. He got a few guys to transfer his first few years, right?
Yeah, but
he
still struggles, you know.
It just, you could have been super. I thought Vince Lombardi could come here and you guys would kill him. I say, old Art Easton was our AD.
Well,
Didn't do anything to help any. You know, he just. We're done, Nate.
Jerry Gallagher had a couple of years that he
Yeah.
was okay.
And I took over after Jerry, and it'd been run right back down into the bottom. That's why he quit. He got frustrated.